please reserve them because we'll see each other again by tomorrow evening. Okay, I'll be more than happy to answer all of your concerns by then. And I promise that I'll have something to back me up, like the whiteboard, so that I could write down on the screen for any other matter that needs clarification. But for now, please bear with me. I'm gonna try and do my best to discuss all of these things to you in this evening. Okay. So again, police personnel and records management is what is Layer 5 is all about. Now, when you say police personnel and records management, so that means we'll be dealing with two things today, okay, or this evening. And what are those things, sir? The first part is about police personnel. Okay. Now, when I say police personnel, I'll be discussing from the very start of the process up until the end. So that's basically from recruitment to retirement. Okay, so when we're talking about police personnel, the keyword is RERE. What's RERE, sir? R-E, R-E. Because the coverage is from recruitment up until retirement. Okay, so everything in between will be discussed point to point. Okay, from recruitment up until your retirement and then point to point. All right, that's for personnel, police personnel management. And then the other part is records management. Now, that's the shorter part. I'll be focusing more on police personnel because most of the board exam questions coming from Layer 5 under the category of law enforcement administration will be coming from police personnel. Karamihan dyan talaga ang gagaling. Okay? I'm not saying na Layer 5, okay? Kasi yung sa Layer natin, marami yan. Right? For example, Layer 1, mostly. Okay? And then Layer 3, patrol. Layer 4, intelligence. Layer 5, Layer 2, and then Layer 6. Ganun yung hierarchy niya. Sabihin yung maghugot natin ng question, right? Diba, gagawa tayo ng 100 questions for Layer. And most of the questions will be coming from Layer 1. Ibig sabihin, the bulk of the question, pinakamarami, will be coming from Layer 1, okay? Followed by police patrol, okay? And then police intelligence, okay? 1, 2, 3, right? So sila yung tatlong pinaka-importante. And then, on the fourth is yung Layer 5 natin, is personal records management. Then, on the fifth is yung industrial security. And then lastly, yung CPS or comparative police system. Okay? So, konti lang dito sa may records management. Just a few things na gusto kong maintindihan ninyo later on. Alright? So, moving on. Okay, now what is it they're showing me now, sir? Ano itong pinapakita ko sa'yo? The PNP organization structure. Eh, sir, ano ka na yan eh? That's so basic. Alam ko na yan, di ba? During my school days, right? That was already discussed to us. It was shown to us. We were even asked, right? Di ba? May mga prof tayo eh, no? Parang tanga lang. Pinaprint pa sa'yo yan. Ay, hindi lang pinaprint, pinatarpaulin pa sa'yo yan, di ba? Didikit natin somewhere in the school. Right? So may mga ganong kalokohan pa tayo. Okay? But what's the purpose of that? You might think, but it might sound silly, di ba? Parang, ano naman sir, oh, tarpulin mo pa. Talagang gusto mong gawin ko dyan, titigan ko. Well, that is exactly what we want you to do. But titigan mo. Okay? Kasi repetition, di ba? Repetition, and repetition, right? Consistent repetition, right? Embeds that information in your fucking mind. Bumabaw niyan sa isip mo. The fact na nadadaanan mo yan, it becomes embedded in your mind. You know, lahat tayo nagda-drive, di ba? Rider tayo pareho, di ba? We drive our motorcycles, we drive our cars, and all that. There will come a point in time, hindi mo na tinitingnan yung kalsada. Diba? You don't have to look at the street signs, right? Just follow your instinct. Because you're doing it every day on a daily basis. So imagine, nadadaanan mo yan araw-araw. Right? It gets embedded in your mind. What's the point, sir? Lahat ba ng question dyan magmumula? No. But I can definitely tell you some of the questions will be coming from that organizational structure. Kasi dalawa lang lumabas. Okay? Never underestimate 1 point. Never underestimate 2 points for that matter. Why? Diba? The passing percentage, as we all know, is 75%. Okay? What if you're 74? You're still missing 1 point. Okay? Sana naging registered criminologist ka na. Kaso na mismo yung impormasyon dito eh. Hindi mo nasagutan ng tama. That would have, di ba, made you a registered criminologist. Okay? Now, what if you're eyeing for the very top? Right? Papasok ka na sana sa top. And if not for that one question na hindi mo nakuha because you've disregarded some of the basic things that you need to learn. Okay? So, wag nating i-disregard yung mga maliliit na bagay. Okay? Like for example, in this example, kita mo yan. At the very top, we have the big four. But we call them the big four. And it falls under a hierarchy. I'm very sorry, sabi ko maganda yan kung may susulat ko. Pero tomorrow we can do that. So we have the chief PNP at the very top. Okay, so there's a hierarchy. You have to follow that leveling. 1, 2, 3, 4. So these are the 4 people who holds the highest position in the PNP, and there is still a hierarchy. Kasi there are 3 of them na pare-pareho ng rank. Okay, kung tinignan mo yung mga balikat ng mga yan, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Pare-pareho lang Australian, sir. Diba? Yung star na meron siya, star na meron siya, star na meron siya. It's the same number. Okay? How come you're telling me now that even if they're showing the same number of stars on their fucking shoulders, iba pa rin pala yung leveling nila? Well, that's how it is. Okay? You just have to accept that. Unang questionin yun. Okay? So the chief PNP at the very top, right? 4-star. And then you have who, sir? Next in line, the second in command, second most powerful man in the Philippine National Police. That's the DDA, right? DDA, Deputy Director for Administration. 3-star general as well, right? But he is actually the one who's second in command. Okay, followed by who, sir? The DDO, okay? The Deputy Director for Operations. Okay, same rank, right? 3-star. Okay, but still they follow hierarchy. I know for a fact if I am the DDO, I know that even though right we exhibit the same rank, I know that you are much higher than me because you are the DDA. Okay, right? So chief PNP, and then you have the DDA, DDO, and then lastly the 4th man in command is the CDS. Okay? Was there ever a time, sir, na lumabas sa board exams yung pinagkakakana mo na yan? Hirap mo na ngang intindihin. Pagkatapos, hindi naman pala lalabas sa board exam ang puta. Lumabas na yan. Eh, hindi ko naman pag-aksaya ng laway ako. Alam ko hindi. Diba? So there was already a question na lumabas regarding that. Ilang beses nang na-repeat yan actually. Okay, who's the second man? Who's the third man? Who's the 4th man? Diba? Lumabas yan. Okay, take my word for it. Okay? We do this all the time. So we know. Okay? So tandaan niyo yung 4 na yan. Right? And then, the directorial staff. Okay? Directorial staff nga, di ba? These are the staff of directors. So each and every one of them is a director. Okay? They had a certain directorate because directorial staff nga, di ba? So we call it directorates. Okay, so headed by a director. Okay, so 4, 3, okay, following the hierarchy, chief PNP 4, and then the 3 people, okay, below him, right, DDA, DDO, CDS. So 4-star, 3-star, what's gonna happen to the people, okay, below them? Sir, directors yung mga yan. 2, okay, 4, 3, 2. Okay, 2-star generals naman yung mga yan. Okay, so bear that in mind. Okay, 4, 3, and 2. Alam ko na susunod dyan, sir. So 1, no? Of course. Diba? 4, 3, 2, 1. So when you go to the administrative support units or the ASUS, as well as the operational support units or the OSUS, okay, these people naman, diba? If you take a look at their shoulders, you'll see 1-star. 4, 3, 2, and 1. So if there is a question in the board exams asking you, diba, what is the rank, right, of this person, information doon. Okay? For example, he is the head of the Police Security and Protection Group, PSPG, right? You are being asked for the rank. Alam mo, ay, putsa, ano yun eh? Operational Support Unit yun eh, I know. So saan nagpo-fall yun? 1, di ba? 4, 3, 2, 1. 1-star general. Si Sir Chief Superintendent ito. Okay? So ganun siya, makakatulong siya sa'yo. Itong impormasyon na to with regards to the PNP organizational structure actually helps out a lot. Okay? Ang dami dyan na pwedeng maging tanong na disregard niyo lang. Alright? So let's go back. You have your operational support units and then administrative support units and then the directorial staff. Okay, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 directorial staffs. Okay, and then the number of ASUs and OSUs, diba, can change. Kasi may dinadagdag tayo every now and then. Like for example, we've recently added yung tinatawag natin na DEG. Diba? That's a newly created operational support unit, the Drug Enforcement Group. Right? So, nagbabago siya. Never mind. Right? Kasi you just have to keep yourself updated. Every now and then, you check out the PNP website to see if there are any changes. Okay? And then, well, sir, as a guide, right? As a guide, if we're talking about the administrative support units or the ASUs, bear in mind that, okay, all of them, well, if not all of them, most of them, majority of them talaga, ends with the word service. Para hindi kayo naguguluhan. Logistics support service, right? Finance service, health service, engineering service, legal service, right? Training service. Puro siya service out there. Okay? So kapag ginamit sa inyo, diba, yung batibot na tanong sa board exams, diba, yung piliin kung alin ang, diba, naiba. Right? We call that the batibot question. Okay? Wherein you'll be given, right, a question and then the answers, you have to find, what's different. Okay, alin yung hindi tugma. So you'll be given 3 answers coming from the administrative support units and then just 1 answer coming from the operational support unit. You have to choose that. Pero ano yung simple guide, sir? Well, yung mga ASUS natin, they all end with service. And then for the operational support units, they all end with group. Maritime group, intelligence group, aviation security group, highway patrol group, di ba? So yung ganyan. So you'll see on the options, group service. Oh, ikaw yun. Ka. Huli ka, balbon, di ba? Just like that. Okay, so it helps out. And then, of course, okay, at the very bottom, that's where you'll see na the PROs, Police Regional Offices. Kasi itong nasa taas na yan, yung 4321 na yan, most of those people, di ba, are there in the national headquarters. And then ito na, PROs na. Okay? So, Police Regional Office 1 to 3, 5 to 13, ARM, ARMM, CAR, Calabarzon, Mimaropa, and then of course, from where we are, the NCR, National Capital Region Police Office, or the NCRPO. Most of you, okay, if you were here, diba, dito sa Kalusunan, most of you dito pumupunta talaga NCR, PO to process your applications. Okay, now what's important things naman, sir, with the regions? I want you guys just compared to the other offices. Okay, like for example, PRO1 in comparison to the NCRPO, right? There's a different setup. Kasi under the PRO, right? PRO1 nga, for example, next in line will be the provincial police offices na. And then followed by the municipal city offices. Then later on, at the very bottom, the police stations na maliliit or the precincts. And not unlike in NCRPO, diba, hindi tayo followed by the provincial offices, no? After NCRPO as the main office, magkakaroon na ng breakdown. Ito tinatawag natin na 5 district offices. Okay, 5 district offices. Yung Western, di ba? Police District, mas kilala as Manila Police. You have your Quezon City Police District, right? UCPD, and then you have Eastern, Southern, right? And the Northern Police District. Okay? And then the respective city police stations. Yun yung bumubuo sa kanya. Like for example, Northern, di ba? Camanaba, sa Caloocan City Police Station, Navota City Police Station, Valenzuela Police Station, ganyan. Okay? And then the substations, and then at the very bottom is yung mga police precincts, yung pinaka maliliit. So what's the difference, sir, na sinasabi mo? 2 things. Dalawa. If we're talking about the police regional offices, dalawa yung difference. The structure, diba? Sabi ko nga, kasi NCRPO, 5 district offices ang ilalim niyan. Then, for PROs, the regular PROs, okay, anong nasa ilalim niyan? Provincial, okay, police offices or PPOs. Provincial police offices, and then municipal, right, police offices. Dito sa NCRPO, 5 district, okay, offices, right? And then the police stations, the city police stations. And then what's the second one, sir, na pinagkaiba nila? The rank requirement as to who holds, okay, the highest position in the regional office. The rank requirement for the regular PRO is 1-star general, okay, chief superintendent yan. So it's just the equivalent of, one of the heads of the operational support units, the administrative support units, right? As compared na with the NCRPO, who is required to have or to hold a rank of 2-star general, so major general, yan. Okay? And then the district offices natin, right, or what we call the DD, the district director, needs to have an equivalent rank of 1-star. So yung PRO, diba, head nila is the equivalent of a district director lang. Why is that, sir? Why is that? Bakit ganun? Well, it's the National Capital Region Police Office for that matter. Okay? Yan yung kapitulo eh. Ganun talaga. Natin questionin yan. You just have to know that it is set up that way so that when you encounter it in the board exams, alam mo ang bakit siya ganun. Right? Okay, so ganun lang naman. Yeah. Okay, so there are many things there. Also, the Internal Affairs Office, Internal Affairs Service or the AAS, diba, is also there, directly reporting to the Chief PNP, diba? So, basahin nyo, browse through it, yung organizational structure na yan. You'll learn a lot from it. Okay, many questions will be coming from simply the organizational structure. Yan pa lang, sayang yung puntos ninyo. Okay, so I hope we are clear that part. Wala pa tayo talaga, di ba, sa recruitment and all. Pero sabi ko nga, yan pa lang. Sana may naiintindihan tayo. Okay? So, moving on. All right. So, the process of entering police service starts with recruitment. As I said, first part is police personnel records, police personnel management. So, I will be starting it from recruitment. And then we'll be ending in retirement. Right? So this is an example of, posters, informational materials that the PNP is using once they're ready to accept applicants for police officer or now patrolman. Diba tawag na natin patrol because of the recent changes with the nomenclature. What's nomenclature, sir? Nomenclature means yung way of addressing ranks, diba? So we now call the police officer 1, the PO1's the patrolman, right, or patrolwoman respectively. Right. So what is recruitment, sir? I want you guys to remember this one, the definition of recruitment. Okay, kasi there was already a time na natanong na rin ito sa board exams natin. Okay, ito mismo itong term na to. Okay, they've just changed some of the wordings, and particularly ang pinapalitan dyan is the word attract. Right? So yan yung mapapalitan if ever this term will be asked again in this upcoming examinations. Yung word na yan, I can definitely assure you ang papalitan. Instead of using the word attracting, they'll be using something else. Pero the gist, we mean the gist, sir. The essence of the paragraph is still there. Makikita mo pa rin. Okay, the process of blank, palitan natin the process of blank, candidates who have the minimum qualifications to be eligible for selection procedure. So, nandoon pa rin yung iba. Re-recall mo pa rin, it's fucking recruitment, sir. Yun pala yun, naalala ko. Okay? Now, what are the things na po pwede nating ipalit dyan sa term na yan, sir? Attracting, encouraging, enticing, yan. Those are the terms na po pwede nilang ipalit yan. But as I've said, kaya nyo pa rin i-digest yan. Maiintindihan, makikita mo pa rin niya. Ito yun yung sinasabi ni sir. The process of attracting, the process of encouraging, the process of enticing candidates who have minimum qualifications. Okay? Bakit ganun sa minimum lang? Kasi ini-entice ko pa lang kayo, we are attracting you, we are encouraging you. Hindi ko pa naman sinabing pulis ka na. Diba? Inianyayahan pa lang kita. Diba? I am enticing you, inaanyayahan kita, ina-attract kita, in-encourage kita to apply. That's why it says there, minimum qualification, the lowest qualifications possible pa lang naman. So that we can select from among the hundreds and thousands of applicants kung sino yung mga ipoproseso. Okay? Recruitment does not mean natanggap ka na. Recruitment means that you are eligible for selection. Eligible ka, hindi for appointment for service. Hindi ka patanggap for selection. Kumbaga, tinanggap mo pa lang yung challenge na isa ka sa pagpipilian. Hindi ka pa natatanggap sa police service. That's a different story. Okay? So remember this word, recruitment, the process of attracting, enticing, or probably encouraging candidates who have the minimum qualifications. Mamaya makita mo kung ano yung minimum qualifications na yan na sinasabi natin. So that you become eligible for the selection procedure. Yan ang talagang mag-lead sa appointment point. Tinatawag natin na selection procedure kasi there's going to be a selection board later. Okay? Again, this just one of the examples of posters or informational materials that the PNP disseminates, pinapakalat niya, diba? In intelligence, dissemination, right? Delivery of something, right, to the respective users, particularly intelligence units, diba? Dissemination, papakalat, right, ng mga impormasyon na yan. PNP recruitment procedure. So this is how it goes. Kaya huwag kayo magreklamo. Sir, tagal-tagal naman ang application. Lang buwan na ako nag-a-apply. Ganun talaga. Okay? If you really deserve to become a police officer, ang puta, tsagain mo. Okay? Kasi this is not like any other job. Diba? Na after 6 months, wala na. Okay? Ito, the moment you raise your fucking right hand, the moment na iangat mo yan, that's for life. Okay? Ikaw na lang yung aayaw. Or eventually later, huwag naman sana namatay ka. Matatanggal. Diba? Ang hirap-hirap na tanggalin. Nag-addict na nga eh. Diba? May video na nga na nag-shabu. Puta, hindi pa rin matanggal agad-agad. Alam mo yun? Bakit? Kasi there is a process for you to come in, and so therefore, there is a process for you to come out. Okay? Kung gaano kahirap yung proseso ng pumasok ka, ganun din kahirap yung proseso para lumabas ka. That's, the good thing about government service. Okay? Ano kahirap pumasok, ganun din kahirap lumabas. Yun yung kinaganda ron. Kaya nga sa ngayon talaga, the most stable, right, is government. Especially now, hope you guys, get a realization of the fact na ito talaga maganda yung napili ninyo. So government service is something that will help you out through thick and thin. Pandemic tatlat-lat, may mga pulis natin, tawa lang ng tawa. Bakit? Tuloy lang ang sweldo nila. Sigang-siga ka sa kalye, di ba? Kasi kayo nagmamando, kakaunti tao, ibig sabihin, kakaunti trabaho. Okay? Oh. Tapos, hindi ka naman masyado matakot sa COVID, pulis ka eh. Bakit? Minudmud ka nga sa Puso Negro, hindi ka namatay. Di ba? COVID pa kaya. Ibig sabihin, gano'n nakatiba yung resistensya mo, physical strength, di ba? Immunity, and all that. Okay? Talpakan nga ng oops dito sa ilong eh, di ba? Nag-survive ka eh. Right? So wala namang issue. Okay? So don't be afraid. So number 1, preparation and proper approval of quota allocation. Who prepares and who approves? It's prepared by who? Sir, by the PNP through the DPRM. One of the directorates na meron tayo. Directorate for Personnel and Records Management is the one who prepares. Okay? And then we show it to the chief PNP, and once he approves of it, it gets submitted to the NAPOLCOM, okay, for the approval. Bakit? Kasi syempre, NAPOLCOM, right, exercises what? Administrative control and operational supervision over the PNP. Tandaan nyo yan. Diba? Yung term na yan. Exercises what, sir? Administrative control. So, ganun sila ka-powerful. Okay? NAPOLCOM is that powerful when we're talking about the PNP because they exercise administrative control. Anything to do with administrative matters, diba? Anong salita doon? Control. They're the ones who have control for administrative matters. You could just imagine. Lahat na may kinalaman sa administrative matters like hiring of personnel, They're the one who has control of it. Diba? Si PNP lang yung nag-i-implement. Pero still, malinaw na malinaw yan. Even the Constitution states it that the NAPOLCOM exercises administrative control over the PNP and operational supervision. For operations, supervision lang. And I could just imagine, tama lang yun. Okay, kasi they're not police officers. So therefore, they can't, control the actual police operations because di na nila alam yung bagay niya. Pero yung admin, yeah, that's fair. Okay? That's the first part, one. Then number two, posting of the notice of recruitment, posting and publication. That, hey, may hiring kami. Mga informational materials na yan. So, ano yung nakalagay doon as required by the Civil Service Commission? Kailangan nakalagay doon yung quota, right? The number of quota for the respective city, region, municipal, police station na nangangailangan. Okay? Ang additional workforce. Okay? And that it must state that the vacancy is open for both male and female. Diba? Kasi nga, dapat patas tayo. Right? Gender equality. And then what else? The qualification standards, what you need to have, okay, as part of your qualifications, and the documentary requirements, which varies yan. Minsan nag-iiba-iba. Diba? Kung may mga kailangan ipasa, minsan nagmamadali tayo, we skip on some parts, to follow na lang yung iba. So it varies. Okay? So binibilis ako itong part na to kasi hindi pa naman malabas sa board exam siya. So relax ka lang dyan. What else? So where to submit? Okay, the deadline, and the schedule of yung mga screening natin in evaluation. Like for example, the initial interview. Okay, what else? The BMI, right? Body mass index, yung height and weight, diba? Yung legendary height and weight na yan. Pagpukpok siya, kulang, sige, tapos ka. Diba? All the while, buong buhay mo, akala mo 5'4" ka. Pagdating doon, 5'3" lang, iyak. Diba? Iyak, sinuno, kawawa naman. Okay, wing luhaan. Okay? Nini, pag buhay niya, akala niya 5'2" siya, sabi niya, lusot ako sa lusot. Sa'yo doon na NAPOLCOM representative, -1. Okay, buisit. Alright, but don't be sad. Okay? Kasi thankfully, di ba, we already have, 2 separate bills. Right? In the House of Representatives, there's a bill. In the Senate, there's a bill. And as far as I remember, ano na sila, parang nasa final reading na after the third final reading. So basically, ilang panahon na lang inaantay natin, mabilis na lang yan. It'll become a law. So, hindi na problema yung height na yan. Diba? Yung 5'4", 5'2" natin na yan, bababa yan. 5'2", 5'5". So, malaking bagay talaga. Okay, malaking bagay naman talaga. Okay? Moving on. Recruitment posters, so skip that. Ano pa, sir? Submission of the application folders, kasi syempre alam nyo na. Right? So, meron tayong color coding na sinusunod din. Depende kung saan region ka nag-a-apply. Sabihin naman nila sa'yo yan, red, white, or whatever. Kung naman gusto nilang sundin. Okay? Selection and evaluation process by the PNP Screening Committee. So, syempre, nagpasa na tayo ng mga application folders natin. Okay, next is, ayun na. Okay, papasok na yung tinatawag natin na screening committee. So later on, I'll discuss that. Right? And then, pagdadaanan nyo to. Ito lang naman talaga. Okay, parang ang dami-dami lang pagka nagkipagkwentuhan kayo kung kani-kanino. But it's just these things. Ito lang talaga. At ito lang yung saksak mo sa utak mo. Okay? Kahit anong pagbabago ang mangyari, your friend tells you, hindi mo ganyan eh. Punta kami ron, di ba? Agility na agad. Punta kami ron, ganito na agad. Never mind those things. Why? Kasi the board exams, right, does not take those things into consideration. Wala siyang paki kung anong inuna nyo. As far as the board exams is concerned, kung anong pagkakasunod-sunod nito, because this is a memorandum circular coming from the NAPOLCOM, ito ang lalabas sa board exams. Okay? So even if mauna si ganito sa ganyan, huwag nyo yung sundan. Okay? Very first is, kapag pasok ka na, isa ka na sa pagpipilian, di ba? Ng selection board. The first thing that you have to undergo is the PPE. Now, what's the PPE? Psychiatric and psychological examination. So, hindi naman ganyan nangyayari na actually. Pagdating namin doon, di ba? Nung ginawa sa amin, sir, pasa ng application folders. Di ba? Tapos araw-araw, masi-masi. Right? Para, lumakas ang katawan. Di ba? break-in, kung tawagin natin. And then later on, sir, after noon, pasa kami ng mga folders, BMI kami. After mag-BMI, nag-physical agility test kami. Eh, dito sa dinidiscuss mo, 1, 2, 3, pangatlo pa yung physical agility test, ha? What did I just tell you? Diba? Huwag kayong tanga. Right? Ang mangyayari, how it is, how it will be asked. Tandaan mo yan. Papa natin dito. Kung actual lecture to, tatanungin ko sa inyo kung may police. Bakit? Kasi sinisita ko talaga. You know, will not help you. Okay? Kasi natutunan mo yan sa kalsada na. Hindi lalabas sa board exams. You stick what is being taught because us who are teaching stick to what are the things that are written. Hindi kami nag-deviate from that. Meron tayong sinusunod, the table of specifications coming from the PRC. You have to follow that. If you hear someone discussing na kung saan-saan lang pinag-discuss niya, ay matuwa ka sa sarili mo, malamang pumasa ka. Right? Hindi ko alam kung saan, pero papasa ka. Okay? So, sundan natin to. Psychiatric Psychological Examination, the PPE is the first. Okay? That's the first. And then, what else, sir? PMDE, complete physical. Okay, so I'm really sorry. I guess I have very good internet connection. So I am showing dito. I did a speed test while we're discussing, using my cell phone. It says here 35, something. Okay, so medyo mataas naman siya. Maybe it's the weather kasi medyo maulan. Right? So I guess that's what's causing it. I'm sorry. Okay? So moving on. And next is yung physical, medical, and dental examination or PMD. I-discuss ka isa-isa later on na mas ma-detalye. Okay? Then we have physical agility test. Finally, more final committee interview. Here at FCI. After that, pag nalampasan mo yung apat na yan, then you can be appointed for police service as a patrolman or patrol woman or basically PO1. Okay? Ilalabas yung certification natin coming from the NAPOLCOM certification, meaning that you certify na totoo yan, right? And then attestation coming from the Civil Service Commission. Okay? And then lastly, lalabas na yung kontrata mo. Pagka natanggap ka sa pribadong kumpanya, di ba? Ano ang meron ka? Employment contract. Right? Natanggap ka sa trabaho, di ba? Private. Pero since this is government service, public, right? Matatanggap mo is in lieu, ano yung ibig sabihin ng salitang in lieu, in exchange of the contract is yung tinatawag na appointment order. Okay? And then mag-schedule na tayo ng oath taking. Okay? Pag-schedule ng oath taking, nangat yung kamay mo, that is your first day, okay, in your work as a police officer. Dead na araw na yan. Yung araw na tiyas mo yung kamay mo, that is your first day of work. Okay? Yan yung oath taking. So kapag magbibilang ka, kailan ka magre-retiro, gusto mo na mag-retire, di ba? Optional. Sir, kailan ako magto 20 years? Kailan mo ba tinaas yung kamay mo? Mula dyan, bilangin mo hanggang 20 years. Okay, that's your optional retirement later on. Moving on. Documentary requirements, so, these things vary, sabi ko nga. So, pwede nating, bilisan yan. So, yan lang. EDS, di ba? Certificate, works, usual. Port of rating, sa eligibility mo, PRC usually, net search, valid IDs, good moral character. Diba? So, wala na yan. Hindi na masyadong importante yan. Okay? General qualification, ito. Okay, so ito yung general qualifications. You need to have yung general qualifications na to. Dalawang qualifications na meron tayo. Tandaan, Lancer, dalawa. As per Public Act 6975, as amended by RA 8551, further amended by RA 9708. Meron tayong Tri-Bureau. Meron tayong Tri-Law. Okay? 6975, 8551, and 9708. Okay? Tandaan yan, ha? Sa layawan nyo, dapat nag-discuss na mahusay yan. Napaka-importante yan. Okay? 6975,
8551 and the 9708.
Okay? You should know that by heart talaga kung ano yung ayan. Okay? Kung mamaya matanong ka, ano yung batas na sumasakop sa PMP, sinagot mo 6975, 6975. The law for us is 855.
6975 is the law for the ILD. Just so happen, nandun tayo na-create. Okay? Pero there's a specific law that is given to us. So, yung talaga mandato natin. And that is RA 8551. Okay? You know, the title of 6975 is not PNP. Right? It's the ILG Act of 1990. So that alone is evidence enough na hindi siya sa PNP. Okay? Just so happen na because of it, na-create and try to tindihin yung maigi. Now,
General qualifications, what's the other qualifications are upgraded? Dalawa. We have the general qualification and the other one is upgraded qualification. So, kailan mangyayari yun, sir? At saka, anong pinagkaiba nila? Pag sinabi natin general qualification, ganito lang kasimple. Okay? Hindi siya komplikado, masakitin na ulo. General qualification, mga mamat, sir. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, right? And that's it. Ano ibig sabihin nun? For as long as you have all of the mentioned information, such as, di ba, eligibility, weight, height requirements, citizenship, you know, good moral conduct, baccalaureate degree, di ba, from A, right, to J na yan, kumpleto ka. That is your general qualifications. Kailan siya nagiging upgraded, sir? When shall it be considered as an upgraded qualification? Kapag may nadagdag na isa pa. And what is that, sir? Completion of your FTP. What's FTP? P. Field Training Program. Diba? Yung OJT mo. Natapos mo na ang FTP, add mo yan dyan, diba? So, nag-end ka sa J, ano sa J? JK, JK, yun. Magdagdag ka lang ng isa, right? The completion of your FTP, your qualification now becomes upgraded. So ano naman, sir, matatapos ko naman talaga yun. Diba? So anong importance nun? Kasi iho, may tanong sa board, right? Na may kinalaman dyan. Okay, yung upgraded qualifications niya, just the last board exams na naganap, nanong yan. Okay, kailan nagaganap, right? Yung status of permanency mo. Sir, grounded po ata ang, so, sorry, ulitin natin. Earphone to, so why? I'm gonna change earphones later. Sorry, maglolo ko ba siya? Okay, is it better now? Okay, I hope it's better. So sorry. I guess I need to buy new, earphones. Okay, all done. Okay, so as I was saying, itong mga to, tinatawag natin na general qualifications. Okay, so pangkalahatan. Sabihin sa lahat ng aplikante, general qualifications, di ba? So pangkalahatan, ito yung dapat na meron ka if you wanna apply, right, in the PNP. So, basic lang naman. Kung tayo, citizen of the Philippines, di ba? Good moral conduct, kung malalaman, just need to pass, submit, di ba? Certificate of, good moral character. And then, kapag napasa mo naman yan, di ba, yung mga folders natin, mag-undergo kayo nung apat, di ba? Exams, sinabi ko, PPE, PNBE, PAT, FCI. Napasa mo lahat yan, right? You move on to the next stage. And then, ano pa, sir, kailangan ko na qualification, you must possess, what, sir? A formal, okay, baccalaureate degree from a recognized institution of learning. Formal baccalaureate degree. Recognized institution of learning. Okay, so maayos na eskwela. Yung mga fly-by-night, diba, na uri ng mga eskwelahan. a school that is duly accredited by the Commission on Higher Education or CHEC. Okay? Ano pa, sir? Meron kang eligibility, letter E. Okay, I'll discuss the eligibilities after this slide. Okay, so galing ako sa ibang line of service or government, sir, pwede pa rin ba? For as long as you have not been dishonorably but discharged, pwede pa rin. Okay, hindi mo ako galing sa uniform, sir, civilian position lang. Hindi ka naman na-dismissed for cause. Meaning, for example, nag-resign ka naman talaga, and you're cleared of all your liabilities, pwede pa rin. Galing na ako sa ganito, sir, nagsilbi na ako ganito, sir, pwede pa rin. Oo. Okay? Basta pasok ka pa doon sa ibang requirement, ha? Halimbawa, age. Okay? Oh, you've been in the government, diba? Serving, for example, as an administrative aide or whatnot, diba? Clerk or whatnot, ganyan. Bigla mo na isipan mag-police, pwede ba? Pwede. Okay? Hindi mo na dapat, maayos ka, malis. And then, what else? Hindi ka dishonorably discharged, diba? If it's in the uniform service. At saka, ayan,
Sir, nawawala. Sir, nawawala.
oo. Ay. Ako, baka headset saglit. Wala bang pamalit yan? Nando sa kabila yung iba, no? Isip.
Sir, I want you to remember two types of qualifications. Number one is general. Number two is upgraded. Okay, so the question earlier was, when can I say that my qualifications are not considered as upgraded qualifications? The moment you complete your FTP, the field training program that you will be undergoing if you're hired as a police officer 1, consisting of your 6 months in camp training, PSBRC, right? And then the 6 months OJT, okay, your 2 months in the field, right? Sa labas na, in investigation, in traffic, right? And in patrol. Okay, so 6 months plus 6 months, 1 year yan. Total, once you've completed that, that is the only time that your qualifications will be considered as upgraded. Ano naman, sir, what good does that give me kapag ka-upgraded na yung qualifications ko? That means you are eligible for your status of permanency. Pwede ka na ma-permanent. Okay? So, sir, pagka ganun sabi mo kanina, pagkataas ko ng kamay ko, okay na, oo, pulis ka na. Pero you're still undergoing the process. Therefore, may chance pa, okay, na mabaklas ka or ma-remove ka from the roster if hindi mo ma-complete yon. Right? So, kumbaga, sa mga private companies, meron tayo tinatawag na probationary period, okay, bago ka ma-regular. Ganon din dito. Ito yung probationary period mo. Napakatagal nga lang, di ba? Kasi it will comprise of 12 months or total of 1 year. Kasi 6 months will be for the PSBRC, diba? Public Safety Basic Recruit Course in camp. And then, the remaining 6 months is for your actual OJT or FTP. After that, then, that's the time na lalabas yung tinatawag natin na status of permanency mo. Okay? So, ano yung importante rito, sir? Yung eligibility. Okay, I'll discuss that. And then later on is yung weight, height, and age. requirements natin. Okay, so moving on. In order to take part in the recruitment procedure, you must first become eligible. Tama. Okay, how can you pass or submit your application folder if you're lacking the most important ingredient, and that is yung eligibility. So what are the eligibilities na tinatanggap ng Philippine National Police? And these are the following. Okay, eligibility requirements as per NAPOLCO Memorandum Circular number 2008-003. Okay, these are the appropriate eligibilities if you want to become a PO1 or patrolman, okay, respectively under RA 11200. So number one is, of course, the most common is the PNP entrance exam. That's the most common. Okay, na ginagamit na eligibility ng kahit na sinong gustong mag-police. Yung hindi nakapasa sa board exams natin, right, na criminology graduate, and all other courses na gusto ring mag-police, okay, na nangangailangan ng qualification, ito yung pwede nilang kunin. Kasi this is not, right, course related. Okay? The PNP entrance examination is, the examination can be taken by anyone, okay, provided, of course, diba, that you have the necessary qualifications then. Graduate ka talaga ng 4 years in all. And you want to become a police officer. Okay, so for other, okay, courses, hindi naman related, right, sa law enforcement, but they want to become police officers, this is the one they take. Okay, PNP entrance examination coming from the National Police Commission. Okay, and then of course, the old law RA 6506 is amended by RA 11131. Okay, so if you are a registered criminologist, di ba? Pumasa ka sa board exams natin, this is an eligibility. Okay, and then under Public Act 1080, ano yung RA 1080 na yan? Bar, okay, and board examinations of other baccalaureate degree holders. That is why, di ba, you'll have, lateral entrance. Where those lateral entrance, di ba, you see, a captain, right, whom, if you check them out, ask them, what are your educational, qualifications, they'll tell you, oy, doctor ako. Oh, okay. Right? Kasi they also undergo the same exam, okay, given by the PRC. Okay, doctors take the exam then sa PRC. Right? Tinatawag natin na licensure examinations for physician or physician licensure examination rather. Okay, PLE. Tayo CLE, di ba sila? PLE. Physician licensure examination. Okay, for doctors of medicine. And then what else, sir? The only, exam given or not given, rather, the only exam not given by the PRC, okay, is the bar exams, because it is given by, of course, the Supreme Court of the Philippines. So this is the only exam that is not governed, okay, by the Professional Regulation Commission or PRC. Okay, so it's given by the Supreme Court of the Philippines. Okay, but under RA 1080, they can use those eligibilities to enter the police service. Even lateral entry pa nga. Diba? Mas mataas pa. What else, sir? Presidential Decree 907, so PD 907. Okay, so college honor graduates, those who are given Latin honors when they graduate from college, like for example, the cum laudes, the mania cum laudes, and the summa cum laudes. Ayan. So all they have to do is go to the Civil Service Commission, present the supporting documents that they were given Latin honors when they graduated from college, and you will be given a certification by the CSC, okay, Civil Service Commission, saying that you are qualified, okay, for a certain position because that certification is the equivalent of a professional, okay, civil service professional examination. Para ka nag-take ng civil service professional exam. Okay? And then of course, pwede mo rin gamitin yung talagang CSP natin. Okay? Civil service professional examination. Right? Hindi yung sub-professional ha. Civil service professional examination. So, etong 5 na to, these are the 5 eligibilities, okay, that you need to have. So, 1, hindi mo kailangan lahat yan. Hindi ito paramihan ng eligibility. Diba? Isa lang. Okay, you just need to have 1 so that you can apply for police service. And then later on mo na problemahin kasi syempre, may mga disadvantages and advantages yan. Specifically sa atin, registered criminologist advantage yan. Kasi you can use it, okay, as an initial eligibility, and then still use it for, di ba, the other eligibilities that might come along the way, like for promotion. Pero pagka NAPOLCOM, yung entrance exam, di ba, it can only be used for, kasi yun nga siya, PNP entrance exam. So it's only used, if you pass, it's only used for you to, di ba, enter as a PO1. Paano so gusto ko na magpa-promote? Then you'll have to take other exams. There are what we call promotional exams, also given by, of course, the National Police Commission. Okay? So, just an example, di ba? Yung mga pinifill outan natin, NAPOLCOM, this is an example of a rating coming from the PRC. This is an example of one of my students, student na coming from the UDM. Yan. So, yun yung mga first batch namin. Diba? So, he was able to make it to the top. Yang si Laron, and is now part of the PNP too. Diba? Police na rin yan. And then, that's me. Okay, when I took my board exams. Ayan. So, from the PCCR, blah, blah, blah. PD 907, honor graduate, right? Civil service professional. Ayan. So, mga sample lang naman. Okay, so those are the things that covers yung tinatawag natin na eligibilities mo. So just one is enough, right? You can use that for entering police service, okay, along with the other requirements or qualifications. Okay, so the most common, sabi nga natin, is the NAPOLCOM, okay, PNP entrance exam given by none other than the NAPOLCOM, of course. So the National Police Commission administers both the entrance and promotional examinations for members, ibig sabihin, diba, yung mga naka-in-service na promotional exams, as well as those who want to take it for the first time as, you know, their entry point to the PNP, yung entrance exam. So ano yung mga dapat kong tatandaan dito, sir? It is the National Police Commission or NAPOLCOM who administers both of the exam, entrance and promotional. What else? That the examinations are given twice a year simultaneously in different examination venues. Okay, so yun yung dapat mong matandaan sa slide na yan. That both exams are given or administered by the NAPOLCOM, and that it is done right twice in a year, conducted simultaneously, sabay-sabay, simultaneously in different examination venues nationwide. Okay, so that there's no cheating. Simultaneously done. Okay, so the PNP entrance examination is given for whom, sir? This is an examination taken by applicants, okay, to the PNP. And then yung police promotion examination naman natin for in-service police officers as part of yung mandatory requirements for promotion. Mamaya tatamaan ko yan. What are the mandatory requirements for promotion? Pag nagdi-discuss na tayo ng promotion. Okay, kasi ngayon is ano ka pa lang, di ba? Papasok ka pa lang. Right? Recruitment tayo. Okay? We're talking about your eligibility. We're talking about the process of how you're gonna enter. Okay? So for the promotions, you need to have yung police promotion exam. It's a mandatory requirement. Nonetheless, of course, di ba, you're given the benefit of RA 11131 if you are one of us. Parang globe lang, di ba? Are you one of us? Ganyan. Okay, yung registered criminologist, di ba? So, police officer examination, right? Senior police officer examination, inspector, and then superintendent examination. Okay, so every step of the way, kailangan mong i-take yan. Kasama kami, sir. Oo, kasama ka. Pero may exception tayo. Huwag niyo munang baliin, di ba? Kung yung tanong lang is kasama ka ba? Oo, kasama ka. Eh, sir, R-Crim ako. Saglit. Magka-atat, di ba? Ang tanong is kasama ka ba? Kasama ka. But are there exceptions? Yes. Di ba? Parang walang kamatayang tanong natin, di ba? Before, di ba? Na can you arrest a person without a warrant? Di ba? O anong nangyayari? Sagot na, lagi. Sagot na, yes. Bakit, sir? Kasi there is, under Rule 113, di ba? Section 5, Rule 113 of the Rules of Court, di ba? Rule 113 is the rules on arrest, particularly the paragraph in Section 5, di ba? Which says, what, sir? Warrantless arrest. Di ba? Atat ka na pumunta ron. You know, you have to understand the question. You're just being asked if you can arrest a person without a warrant. The answer is no. Di ba? Wala kamatayang tanong na yan eh. All arrests Diba? In the Philippines, must be made by virtue of a warrant of arrest. Yun ang general rule natin. Lahat ng aresto na gagawin mo rito sa Pilipinas, suportado dapat yan ang tinatawag na mandamiento de arresto or the warrant of arrest. Okay? But are there exceptions? Of course. Diba? Doon pumapasok yung tinatawag na Section 5 of Rule 113 of the Rules of Court. Yung kilala ninyo bilang warrantless arrest. Diba? So marami yan. Okay, so ganun din dito. Sama ba ako, sir? Yes, sama ka. But are there exceptions? Yes. Papasok exceptions ng lawyers and registered criminologists. We don't have, okay, under RA 6506 as amended by 11131, diba? Hindi na tayo kailangan pang mag-take ng mga promotional exams na yan up until the rank of superintendent. Okay, privilege natin yun. As well as lawyers. Kasama sila. Kasi yung trabaho is germane. Ano ibig sabihin ng germane? Inherent. Ano ibig sabihin ng inherent? Likas na. Okay, doon sa course natin. Right? In law enforcement. Okay? So, again, NAPOLCOM examinations administered by NAPOLCOM, dalawa. Diba? Yung entrance at saka yung promotional exam. Now, what are those promotional, sir? Kasi isa lang naman ang entrance. Ito, police officer exam, diba? And then, senior police officer, PO1 to PO3 yan. Okay, yung police officer exam, the senior police officer, SPO1 to SPO4, and then inspector, of course, diba? Inspector, senior, and then chief, and then superintendent position. Okay, so every step of the way, you need to pass these examinations. Bakit, sir? Kasi these are mandatory requirements, along with other mandatory requirements. If it's mandatory, that is something na hindi mo matatakasan. Just like something na nung nag-aaral ka pa, di ba? Sabi na yung tour daw natin, tropa, mandatory, punta na tayo, Enchanted Kingdom. Ano ba matututunan ko ron? Wala, pre, mandatory yun. Lahat choice, bayad ka, gag. Okay? Kahit Enchanted Kingdom, no, gagawin mo ron. Di ba? Wala mang criminology ron. Kaso wala ka magawa. Kasi nga, mandatory. Okay? So, gano'n na lang. Sama mo, jowa mo, enjoy mo. Okay? Kaya kayo ng roller coaster doon. Pag takot na, yakap sa'yo yan. Diba? Dancing. Ganun na lang. Okay? Once eligible, you are included in the next stage. Okay? Sir, nga ba pa pala? Alam wala ako natatanggap. Di pa, gag. Tanggap ka na. Okay? Nasa recruitment pa lang tayo. So, may eligibility ka, pasok kayo yung general qualification, nagpasa kang folder, ayan na. It can be included in the selection process. Okay? Now, how does the PNP conducts what we call the selection process? Recruitment, kanina sinabi ko, tandaan nyo. Di ba? O ngayon, ito pakitandaan din. Selection. Okay? Selection. When you say recruitment, it's the process of attracting, enticing, encouraging applicants. Di ba? Ito ano naman to, sir? The process of screening out. Kalalabas lang din yan. Okay, the last board exams, ayan, lutang din yung question na yan. The process of screening out or eliminating undesirable applicants who do not meet the organization's criteria. Okay, so yan, lumabas din yan the last time. So tandaan, yan. Okay, the process of screening out or eliminating undesirable applicants who do not meet the organization's criteria. Hindi naman tayo kasi pwedeng ano lang parang pitik-bulag lang. Diba? Whimsical, tawag namin doon, whimsical. Diba? Yung, pangit, hindi pwede ito. Masyado mataba, hindi pwede ito. Ito masyadong pwede ito. No, we don't do that. Okay? May leon na. May nakita na akong leon. May na ako nakita ng leon, no? Sabi, laki. Okay? May naantok na. So, get yourself a coffee. Okay? Sabi nga natin. Ayan, naiya si ma'am. Okay lang, ma'am. Ako nagpapatimpla na rin ng kape. Understand? Ang tawag ko dyan, leon. Pagka nag-leon ka na, it's okay. Okay, I know. It's easy. Oh, naubos na. Okay, so ganyan talaga. Okay, but I wanna tell you, diba, na magbubunga to. Magbubunga to. Kahit ano mangyari, magbubunga to kasi nagpupuyat ka. Diba? The bigger the sacrifice, the bigger, diba, yung balik. Okay? It's okay. Right? So, ganyan talaga. Mas marami kang ipinuyat kaysa sa ibang mga nag-aaral, mas maganda balik niya. Okay? I know. Ganyan-ganyan din ako. I was a working student back then. Okay? Na nag-aaral ako sa PCCR. No? I work nights. Okay? I go to school first, right? And then diretso sa trabaho. Okay? Panggabi kasi ko noon. Time na yun. Okay? So back in 2011, di ba? 2010 pabalik. Ayan. Right? So I understand. Okay? So let's move on. Tandaan to. The process of screening out or eliminating yung paragraph na yan, okay, as it is. Tandaan mo yan. Recruitment and then this one. So that's 2 points already. Okay? So remember that. So in the PNP, who processes the selection? Of course, still, it's the Directorate for Personnel Records Management. Now, kanino yung pinapasa na DPRM yan? Yung tinatawag natin na RSD. Okay? Recruitment and Selection Division. Okay? So doon niya ipapasa. So dito sa taas, di ba, DPRM, may dalawang subdivision yan. Yung una, okay, is yung tinatawag na RSD. Okay? RSD, Romeo Sierra Delta, RSD. Okay? Recruitment and Selection Division. And then the other one, para sa Records Management. Yung tinatawag naman na RMD. Okay? Romeo Mama Delta. Okay? What is that, sir? The Records Management Division. So who takes care of the selection? DPRM, RSD. Okay? So gagawa tayo ng tinatawag na Screening Committee. Okay? So the Screening Committee will be the one responsible for, number one, the dissemination, pagpapakalat, diba, that there are vacancies, right? May secretariat yan, okay, who takes care of that. And then, of course, it takes care of the evaluation of the applicants' qualifications, and then later on, the selection of the most qualified applicants to be recommended for appointment, di ba? Doon sa tinatawag natin na appointment order or status na yan, temporary status of appointment na yan. Okay, as a PO1. So you okay, must be proud talaga kapag naging pulis ka. Kasi kala nila parang ang dali-dali lang. Ang hirap maging pulis. Yung to become eligible pa lang, napakahirap na. Actually, sa school pa lang, napakahirap na. Right? Because compared to other courses, I have high respects with other courses, but I have much higher respect, diba, sa course natin. Kasi college pa lang, problema na talaga, mahirap na. And then, to become eligible, diba, to pass the board exams, mahirap pa. And then, pag mag-a-apply ka na, pinakamababang posisyon, PO1, and yet, napakahirap. Diba? You wanna become, diba, managers, ganyan, you wanna become congressman, diba, you wanna become the president of the Philippines, diba? Ang bababa lang ng qualification. Kailangan lang marunong magnakaw, that's it, diba? Pero sa atin, isipin mo, napakataas ng qualifications. We have to undergo so many things. PPE, diba? Tandaan, 1, 2, 3, 4. Sabi ko, kung kakalimutan niya, diba? First off, PPE, psychiatric and psychological evaluation. We wanna make sure that you're not fucking crazy, diba? Hindi ka baliw. And then number 2, okay? Ang susunod natin, PMDE, physical, right? Medical, dental examination, right? And then you have your PAT, physical agility test, and then the final committee interview. So 4 lang yan, pero napaka-komprehensibo nung dadaanan mo. Okay? Hindi kailangan ng, hindi katulad ng ibang courses, you know, when they apply for jobs, hindi ganyan kahirap. Hindi siya physically demanding, hindi siya mentally demanding sa atin sobra. Okay? So you better be proud of yourself pag naging pulis ka talaga. Kasi sabi nga natin, napagpilian kayo. Many are called. Ang dami. But only a few are chosen. Hindi kayo ganun karami. Libo-libo nag-a-apply and then sino lang matatanggap. You are the best of the best pag natanggap ka. Established at the NHQ, NSUs, and PROs. Ano yun, sir? National Headquarters, National Support Units, and PROs. Magkakaroon ng kanya-kanyang screening committee kaya yung mga lugar na yan if they're hiring. Kapag nag-hire ang NHQ at saka NSUs, nando doon, gagawa sila ng sarili nilang screening committee, sila pipili ng sarili nilang members. And then ang mga PROs, Police Regional Offices, like for example, the NCRPO, okay, PRO 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on and so fucking forth, gagawa rin niya ng sarili niyang screening committee. Now, who are the members of the screening committee? Ayan, importante. Okay? For the NHQ and the National Support Unit, okay, screening committee, these are the members. Ito ang mga magiging membro. Okay? Chairman, who will act as a chairman, sir, the DDA, the Deputy Director for Administration ng, okay, kung ano mang unit yung nag-hire. Halimbawa, si Maritime. Nag-hire si Maritime Unit, di ba? O Maritime Group, sorry. Okay? PNP Maritime Group, nag-hire siya. So gagawa siya ng sarili niyang screening committee. Sino, okay, kasi it's a support unit, di ba? Sino ang tatayong chairman ng screening committee na yan? Kung mag-hire sila, dahil sarili silang quota, for example, yung kanilang DDA, Deputy Director for Administration. Yun ang tatayong chairman. Assisted by someone coming from the NAPOLCOM, a senior NAPOLCOM official, di ba? The requirement is the person must have a salary grade of 24 or higher, right? He will act as the vice chairperson, okay? And then, yung other members will be coming from, ayan, so you'll have 5 okay, members assisted by, duly assisted by, yung tinatawag natin na secretariat. Okay? So, sino yung other 3 members na yan, sir? Someone from, okay, a representative from the NPOC, the National Peace and Order Council. Sino ba yung bumubuo ng National Peace and Order Council na yan? Lahat ng secretaries of the government, sama dyan. Okay? As well as the NBI director, okay? The chief of staff of the Armed Forces of the Philippines, di ba? Yung mga tawag dito, department secretaries natin. Secretary of Defense, Secretary of Weapons, Secretary of ganyan. Lahat ng secretaries natin kasama dyan. Sila ang bumubuo ng tinatawag na National Peace and Order Council. So someone, okay, from them or a representative as designated by the NPOC chairman. Sino NPOC chairman natin? Si SILG. Sino yun, sir? Secretary of the Interior and Local Government. Okay? Siya yung nag-a-act natin na NPOC chairman. Okay? Ayan. So, sino pa, sir? Someone from the private sector, representative, okay, coming from the private sector, right? And then, number 3 is yung woman, okay, isa lang. Hindi women dami na. Isa lang, okay, woman representative coming from the private sector, of course, with known probity. Ano ibig sabihin nun? Okay, prudent, hindi yung kung mag-isip, di ba, immature, ganyan. Hindi pwede yan. Right? You need to have someone with known probity. Okay? That's prudence. Okay? Maayos na disposisyon sa buhay. Yun yung ibig sabihin niya. Okay? Designated by the NSU director. So, I have 5. Yan yung okay, para sa National Support Unit na uri ng screening committee. Okay? Pero hindi nyo naman masyadong makakasalubong yan kasi most of you guys, sabi ko nga, will be applying saan, sir? Sa mga regions. Okay? PROs, Police Regional Offices. Okay? So, sinong bumubuo naman doon, sir? So, ganun din. May chairman, may vice chairman, then may members. Right? So, 5 rin sila, sir. Yes. Yan din yung makakasalubong mo during the panel interview. Di ba? Meron tayong tinatawag na FCI, Final Committee Interview. Sila yun. Okay? Sino yung committee na yun? Final Committee Interview. Sino yung committee na yun? Yan. The Screening Committee. Okay? So, sino naman bumubuo sa kanya, sir? Same thing. Okay? The one in charge for administration, but this time we call him the DRDA. Bakit? Regional na. Okay? The DRDA. Deputy Regional Director for Administration. Okay? The second man in command ng region. Siya yung pinakamataas naman, pangalawang pinakamataas sa isang region. Okay? The DRDA. And then, assisted still, okay, but someone from the NAPOLCOM, right, with a salary grade of 24 or higher, okay, as the vice chairperson. And then, members will be coming from still the Peace and Order Council, but not on the national level. Kanina kasi national, di ba? Composed of, right, the different secretaries of the different departments na meron tayo, including the AFP Chief of Staff, including the Director of the NBI, ganyan. Okay, kasama sila. Dito sa Regional Peace and Order Council naman, so sino bubuo nito? Yung mga governors natin. Okay? Mga governors. Yung mga local chief executives ang bumubuo naman ng Regional Peace and Order Council. Yung governor, as well as the municipal mayors. Ayan. Sila naman ang bumubuo ng tinatawag na Regional Peace and Order Council. Okay? So, pipili lang din ng isa or pipili sila ng representative if they cannot attend, di ba? By themselves, pipili ng representative. Yan. Si chairman. Okay? Sino naman yung chairman nila? One of the provincial governors. Yan. Okay? And then, senior regional DILG officer designated by the DILG. So, dito, di ba, yun ang nabago. Kasi dito, meron tayong someone from the private sector representative as designated by the NPOC. Pero dito nawala yun. Ang hindi lang mawawala lagi is the woman representative. Hindi yan po pwedeng mawala. Talagang kasali yan. Kahit sa, di ba, commissionership sa NAPOLCOM, di ba, meron pa rin isa talaga. Okay? So, baga, iniaatas ng batas yan. Okay? So, wala tayong magagawa yan. And it's okay. Right? So, that's the screening committee for the PRO na most likely makakasalubong mo when you apply for police service. Okay? Those who successfully pass the screening process will now have to, sabihin na lang natin, ba? Okay, naglabas na ng recruitment, right? Yung quota, nag-submit ka ng folder, pagkatapos, okay, yung folder mo, right? Binasa, pasok ka naman, height and weight naman. Okay, yes, yung di ba, yung timbang, BMI, ganyan, pasok ka naman. So, isa na kayo doon sa mga pagpipilian, right? Marami pa rin kayo. So, kasi ilang libo pa rin yan, most likely. Ang quota, 1,000. Mga nagpasa ng folders, 5,000. Nung in-screen na, may natara pa rin ng mga 3,000. Kaso 1,000 lang yung quota. So, how do you, okay, narrow the number down? So, you have to undergo na yung tinatawag natin na tests. Okay? Physical, mental tests. Okay? Ano yon, sir? Number 1 na pagdaraanan, sabi nga natin, is the PPE. Okay? Pangilang beses ko nang binanggit to, siguro naman bumabaon na sa utak mo, di ba? Repetition leads to, di ba? Embedment of that information in your brain. Okay? Psychiatric and psychological examination ang ibig sabihin ng PPE. We do not want anyone who may be suffering from any mental or personality disorders to become members of the PNP. Although may nakakalusot. Okay? Pero, as a general rule, nasasala naman talaga yan. Okay, so dalawa siya, psychiatric, psychological. Two different things. Okay? Kasi you may be suffering from psychiatric but not from psychological and vice versa. Wala ka naman tililing, pero may psychological disorder ka. Like for example, personality disorder. Ano yung mga typical personality disorders natin? Diba? For example, over-aggressive, diba? Masyado kang magagalitin. That's just a personality disorder. Kayang gamutin yan. Not unlike yung tinatawag natin na psychiatric disorder. That is something that is mental. Anong ibig sabihin nun? For example, may naririnig ka. Okay? May nakikita ka na hindi namin naririnig o nakikita. Yan. Pag nagagalit ka, ginagawa mo, gusto mag-super saiyan tree. Yan. Hindi yan nakakatulong. Okay? Pagka gusto mong umalis sa inyo, bubuwisit ka sa bahay mo, gusto mo mag-teleport, papunta na ibang lugar, that is psychiatric. Okay? Pero kung nagagalit ka lang, wala ka namang ginagawang kung ano mang katatawang bagay or whatever, okay? Pero overly, okay, aggressive ka, that's psychological. Okay? So magkaibang bagay. Psychiatric and psychological examination. All right? Next, PMDE. Tinatawag natin na physical, medical, and dental examination. Okay? Nakikita kita pabalik-balik sa likod. Okay? So, complete physical, medical, and dental examination. This test shall determine whether or not the applicants are in good health. So, hindi lang isa to. Okay? Physical, that's 1. Medical, that's 2. And then dental examinations, 3 to. Okay, yung isa kanina, di ba, isa lang siya pero dalawa yon. Okay, they'll be testing if you have any psychiatric disorder and if you have any psychological disorder. Okay, remember yung sa una, yun yung pinagpe-prepare kayo na ang tawag nito, mag-drawing, right? If you guys remember during your school time at college days niyo, sabi sa inyo, mag-aral kayo mag-drawing. Yes, totoo yun. I wanna make sure na marunong kayong mag-drawing. Okay, na matino. Hindi naman kailangan perfecto, but you wanna make sure that you know, okay, how to draw a man and a woman or a girl or a boy. With distinction. Hindi yung drawing mo na lalaki, babae, pareho lang. Okay, it can't be like that. Kailangan na di-distinguish. If it's a girl, it's a girl. Okay, if it's a boy, it's a boy. Kailangan ma-distinguish mo. And then, pinaka-basic doon is when you do the head, pag ginawa mo ang ulo, okay, please remember that it must be complete. When you do the head, dapat kompleto yan. Show the ears, show the eyes, the nose, and the mouth. Kailangan kompleto. Okay? As well as the hands. Kailangan kompleto. Okay? Maayos yan. Malinis. Okay? Pagkakadrawing mo, neat. Di bali ng pangit. Okay? Kasi may pangit na malinis. Kung hindi ka pogi, at least man lang malinis ka. Right? So, meron pogi marungis. Right? So, we don't want that. Ang gusto nilang makita is, di bali ng pangit yung pagkakadrawing, basta malinis. Okay? Madali siyang ma-distinguish. Ay, lalaki ito. Ay, babae. Ito. Okay, tolerable yun. Kasi ang interpretation is that is how you look upon yourself. Kung lalaki ka, di ba, the boy represents your outlook, okay, your perspective for yourself. Okay? Tingin mo sa sarili mo. Ayan, maayos, di ba? Kompleto, maaliwalas. Okay, ganun yun. Tapos the other person naman, bakit kailangan dalawa pa? That is how, okay, you perceive other people. Okay? So, walang kakwenta-kwenta isang drawing mo, that is how you perceive other people. Walang kakwenta-kwenta tingin mo. Kaya pag nag-drawing ka ng stick doon, yeah, bilog, tapos ganyan, stick, right? Bagsak ka sigurado. Why? Kasi, ibig sabihin, yun ang tingin mo sa sarili mo. Walang kakwenta-kwenta. Yun din ang tingin mo sa ibang tao. Walang kakwenta-kwenta. Right? So, hindi ka papasa talaga. Kasi, if you become a police officer, ang tingin mo sa ibang tao, walang kakwenta-kwenta, makabarilin mo na lang yan. Kasi hindi mo siya tinitingnan bilang tao. Tinitingnan mo siya bilang stick. Kaya nakatusok naman merong tawag na fishball. Right? So, hindi ganon. Okay? And then, all of the other things in the psychological exam naman are basic questions. Like, for example, complete the sentence. You just have to bear in mind na positive lagi ang sagot. Okay? Whenever you are asked to complete a sentence doon, okay, sa written part, you just make sure that you answer positively. And that's it. Lulusot yun. Okay? Huwag kang lang maglalagay na negative. Like, for example, di ba, ang tingin ko sa pera ay, oh, di ba, nagdudulot ng lahat ng kasamaan sa mundo. Puta, di ba? Hindi ganon. Okay? Try to find a positive answer, di ba, na pupupwede doon sa sentence na yun. Tapos, mauulit yung tanong na yun sa ibang number, dapat, yun din ang sagot mo. Kung sinagot mo sa una, hindi sagot mo ron. Consistency naman. Number 1 is positive thinking. Number 2 is consistent answering. Okay, kung sinagot mo sa una, maiba man ng konti yung tanong, something to do with pera pa rin, yun pa rin ang sagot mo. So, dapat consistent ka. And rest assured, masayang animal na neuropsychiatric exam na yan, okay, or more aptly, PPE. Okay, so dito ano naman to, sir? Complete physical examination. Number 1, physical examination. Diba? Ito yung hubot-tubad. I still remember the time na nag-physical examination ako. There were like 50 of us nag-physical examination. Kweta yata kami sa isang room. Tapos yung doktor, si Colonel Tan, babae. Diba? Isipin mo yun. So parang nakakahiya pa, diba? And then there are nurses, ganyan. Tapos may mga lalaki nurses, bakla naman. Okay? Nakahubot-hubad kayo sa isang room. Okay? All of you, nakahubot-hubad talaga. Tapatan kayong ganyan. Okay? So, naka-attention lahat. And then, you guys are all, di ba? Stripped naked. Hubot-hubad talaga. Okay? And then, ang gagawin natin is ano tawag dito? We'll have to do the jumping jacks for 10 minutes first. Okay? Jumping jacks for 10 minutes. Yeah, sabay-sabay. Right? So, yung marcher natin, di ba, we'll give the command. Bayang bad, no. Bayang hubo. Okay? Tapos, di ba, iba yung dalang. Okay? Nasa gitna. Diba? Harap ating kanan. Tap. And then, okay, mas kumani ka din, kumain. Diba? Commence exercise, jumping jack. 1, 2, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3, 2 for 10 minutes. Okay? Yan yung gagawin sa inyo. Isipin mo. Parang reception na. Kasi we do the reception 10 minutes for each of the exercises. Ano mangyayari ron? Nilalawlaw yung bayag mo. Ganun yung mangyayari, yung balls mo lawlaw. Para makita nila kung meron ka luslos. Okay? So, yun yung titingnan sa physical exam. Pero hindi lang luslos, syempre. They wanna make sure na kumpleto ka. Okay? Kaya nakaubo-tubad. Harap, likod, kumpleto ka. Diba? Baka mamaya may iba dyan, cyborg. Di ba? Robot. Okay? So, they wanna make sure na physically, okay, kumpleto ka. And then for the medical exams naman, they wanna check kung meron kang any contagious disease. Para sa medical exam, dyan kasama, iba yung pagkuha sa atin ng blood samples, okay, to check if you have any contagious disease. And then at the same time, okay, magko-conduct din tayo ng eye test. Right? Eye test. Ano yung eye test natin na yan? Diba? Yung Snellen chart. Right? Ako malabo mata ko eh. Kaya nung nag-eye test ako noon, ginawa ko, kinabisado ko siya. Kasi hindi mo nababago yun eh. Pwede mo kabisaduhin yun. Right? So I did that. And then yung Ishihara test. So if you're concerned now, sir, baka mamaya colorblind ako. Kasi hindi ka lulusot kapag colorblind ka, believe me. Yung malabo mata, okay pa yan. Yung may high blood, okay pa yan. May spot ka sa baga, okay pa yan. Walang problema yan. Pero kung meron kang, di ba, color blindness, naku po. Dalawa lang naman kalaban natin pagdating dito eh. Number 1, color blind. Number 2, HEPA. Okay, so for as long as wala yung dalawa na yan, lulusot ka. Wala tayong problema. Okay? So HEPA, magpa-HEPA test ka na as early as now para hindi na sayang oras mo. Okay? And then also, Ishihara. Magpa-Ishihara test ka na. Para alam mo na kagad kung colorblind ka. Kaya ano yung Ishihara test na yan? Ishihara exam na yan. Diba? Meron tayong circular, diba? Dots, circular something, diba? Composed of color dots, different colors, and then there's supposedly a number or a letter inside na dapat nababasa mo. If you're able to distinguish kung anong number or letter yan, nando doon sa colored, circle na yan, made up of colored dots, then hindi hindi ka colorblind. Pero kung hindi mo ma-distinguish, then that means you're colorblind. Sa Facebook, di ba, may mga nakapost minsan na gano'n. Di ba? Kung mababasa mo daw yung number, ganyan, bigyan ka 50,000, di ba, mga scam, mga budol, putang ina yan. Yung gano'n. Okay? So, lastly is the dental exam. Ano yung dental exam natin? Of course, di ba? Your teeth. Ngipin mo. Okay? Swerte ka kung biniyayaan ka ng maayos, matitibay, ng ngipin. Paano yung iba? Hindi. So, paano yun? Sir, bungal ako, sir. Kung kinain na absent, dami. Diba? Absent. Ang daming absent, diba? Sa ngipin mo. Yung tipong pagka tinignan natin lahat, diba? Okay, tsura nung ngipin mo, parang Okay, parang resulta ng ECG. Ganun, up and down. Okay? Diba? So, paano yun, sir? Pwede pa yun. Wala namang problema. Papaayos mo lang. Siyempre, whether pa-bridge mo yan, whether pa-pustisuhan yan, yung mga ganyan. The dentist naman there will tell you kung hanggang ilan yung qualified na wala kang ngipin, ganyan. They'll tell you naman. And what are the remedies? Ano yung pwedeng gawin para magiging compliance mo lang yan. That's what I mean. Okay? So, walang problema. Sabi ko nga, it's just the HEPA and the color blindness na kailangan mong problemahin. Okay, those two things. Yan yung complete physical, medical, and dental examination or the PMDE. Okay? So, of course, it's conducted by our PNP Health Services. Diba? Meron tayong isa yan sa mga administrative support units natin. Okay? And then they're assisted by someone from the NAPOLCOM to make sure that everything is done, properly. And the policies and regulations are followed. Okay? And then physical agility test, ang swerte ng karamihan because nabago na to during our time, lintik may pull up. Yan ang pinakamahirap. Kaya yung pull up na yan, kala mo ba? 7 lang yan for you to pass, pero yung 7 na yan, ang hirap-hirap nun. 7 lang, hindi mo makompleto, parang bulate, di ba? 7. Proper kasi, 7 lang, pero parang kang bulate, believe me, di ba? Hindi mo yan mabubuo. Lalo yung mga malalaki. Naku. Hindi nyo kakayanin yung 7 na yan. Kala mo, lakas-lakas mo, gym ka pa. Nek-nek mo, pagdating doon, tingnan mo. Okay, mas madalas nakakapasa yung mga payat kasi magaan. Right? So, maswerte kasi ito, depende. Minsan meron, minsan wala. Okay, like ngayon, wala. O, then swerte mo. Okay? Kasi yung 2 minutes push-ups, kaya natin yan. Diba? Checking ka nga, 3 hours eh, diba? Puro push-ups gaya mo ron eh. So, kaya mo yan. Right? 2 minute sit-ups, diba? Wala yan. Okay, 100-meter dash, di ba? Wala yan. Iba sa inyo, snatcher eh. 1,000-meter run, di ba? Wala din yan. Pero yung pull-up doon talaga nagkakadaletse-letse. Okay? Kaya inaalis nila, lalo na pag kailangan ng quota. Okay? Sobrang under quota tayo. Walang pull up. Okay? For women, it's not pull up. It's called horizontal bar hang. Okay? They just have to hang in there, okay, for like a minute or so. Yun na yun. Okay? 30 seconds nga lang. Right? So, ganun lang yung sa kanila, madali. Pero both of that, inalis sa ngayon. So, until further notice, pwede ibalik yan, pwede alisin na naman. Pero as far as I know, I've asked yung mga students ko, wala eh. Na nag-apply. Swerte nila. Diba? Pull-ups, wala. Okay, kasi yan yung pinakamahirap. So, that is what comprises yung physical agility test mo or PAT. Siyempre, they want to make sure that you are, di ba, physically, right, ready for police work. Kasi you need to have strength, di ba, speed. Ang hirap naman kung di ka makatakbo, habol ka ng kriminal, ang puta, di ka makatakbo, bagal mo tumakbo, di ba, hindi ka agile, right, hinihinga, hikain ka. Hindi pwede yun. Okay? Kasi part of your job yan. And then, ayan, okay, example ng physical agility test natin. Okay? So, that's a pull-up. Meron tayong mga tinatawag na pull-up bars. Okay? Wearing your traditional, di ba, botak shorts, right? And then, yung mga white shirts natin na yan, di ba, buhay aplikante. Okay? So, yan yung para sa physical agility test. Tapos may tali ka pang straw dito when you're doing the runs. And then lastly, okay, is your panel interview or the final committee interview, FCI, with the screening committee. Okay, so dito, right, hindi ka naman nababagsak dito kasi pag pumasa ka na sa Nuro, halos pasado ka na talaga. Like 50% of your application, okay na eh, kapag lumusot ka sa Nuro. Pero, may posibilidad pa rin na bumagsak rito. Pero napakadalang na. Okay? Hindi ka na lang papasa rito pag di ka sumagot. Kasi ito yung question and answer portion natin eh. Parang Miss Universe. Okay? By 10s yan. Okay? And then each one will be asked to come forward. Di ba? Sabihan ka. Police applicant, TARLE, for example. Di ba? 3 steps forward, 1, 2, 3, pa. Di ba? And then, introduce yourself. Okay? So, you want to make sure that you have what we call the canned response. Maghanda ka na ng sagot mo dyan sa question na yan. Introduce yourself. Kasi mula pa lang sa recruitment, diba, pag nagpapasa ka ng folder, lintik, meron ng introduce yourself. Kaya pinakamaganda, meron ka ng isang sagot. Okay? Hindi uubra yung, pag tinanong ka introduce yourself, tsaka ka pala mag-iisip, magkakanda leche-leche ka. Tapos pagdating mo sa ibang departamento, tatanungin ka na naman, introduce yourself. Pagdating dito sa FCI, introduce yourself, iba-iba sagot mo. Magkakanda leche-leche. Maigi, mag-set ka na ng isang sagot sa question na introduce yourself. Okay? Basic lang naman yan. Prepare ka na ng basic na sagot. Okay? First off is your personal information. Pili ka lang kung ano yung gusto mong i-disclose o sabihin sa personal information. Of course, name. Right? For example, name, address, age. Ayan, ganyan. Okay? Okay, name and address. Dalawa na lang. Okay? Personal. And then, of course, educational background. Anong tinapos mo? Right? Eligibility. And then, work experience, if there's any. Yan, yun ang 4 na yan. Pwede na yan. Wala pa akong trabaho sa din 3 lang na yun. Kabisaduhin mo na yan, salaksak mo na sa utak mo na. Yun lagi ang sasabihin mo whenever you're asked to introduce yourself. Para hindi ka nag-i-stutter. Ano yung nag-i-stutter? Hindi ka kanda bulol-bulol. Kasi hindi mo alam sasabihin mo. Okay? So, dapat meron ka ng pro forma. Ano yung pro forma? Template ng kung ano yung sasabihin mo. Okay? My name is Roxanne Altamirano Tarle. Diba? I live at 354 Prospect, Caloocan City. I am, 20 years old. I am a graduate of BS Criminology at the Philippine College of Criminology. I am a board passer. And I recently worked, blah, 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 ganyan, ganito. See? It goes. Diba? Very, very fluently. Maganda siyang pakinggan. Kasi alam mo sasabihin mo. Hindi ka tulad ng mag-iisip ka, introduce yourself. Sasabihin ko sa'yo. I'm from Philippine College of Criminology and my name is Roxanne Tarle. Ganon. Ang pangit nun. Okay? That is not amusing. Nakakainis yun. Okay? It's as if hindi ka nag-prepare. Okay? So, dapat meron ka na naka-prepare. Kasi rest assured, pag aplikante na kayo, yan ang itatanong. Then what else, sir? Okay? Do I need to prepare for anything special dito sa final committee interview? Wala naman. Kasi sa attire kasi, it varies. Minsan, ang attire nila is typical applicant uniform lang natin. Diba? White shirt, right? Denim pants, and then rubber shoes. Minsan naman, formal. attire. So, depende. Okay, kung saan ka nag-apply. And then, the trick there is, you want to make sure that you are able to answer whatever type of question you are able to answer. Actually, kasi there's this little basket from where the question will come from. Ay tatanungin ka nila, kung criminologist ka, ito yung basket. Kung ibang course ka, ito yung basket. So doon ka bubunot ng tanong. Just one question. If you're a criminologist, wala nang problema kasi the questions lang naman, very, very simple, very basic. Like, what is criminology? Ganyan. Ako, I still remember the question that I was asked kung ano nabunot ko. Diba? Ang tanong lang dun is, what are the different stages of a felony? Diba? Simpleng-simple. Diba? Yung sa atin, right? Attempted, frustrated, and consummated. Ganun lang kasimple. Kasi yun yung nabunot ko. So, huwag kayong matakot yan. Okay, sa final committee interview na yan. Okay? They just wanna see you. Okay, how you answer questions. Ano yung affability, sir? Nandiyan dyan, nabasa ko. Police service, likableness, diba? Alam ko yun. Okay? Kaya-aya ba ako? Outside interest, diba? Ano pa yung mga gusto ko, right? Kasi, introduce yourself. Yeah. Conversational ability, kakausapin ka nila, how you respond. If you have any disagreeable mannerisms, yan yung kapag kaiba yung tinatanong, nagre-react ka magre-react. Diba? Just look away. Straightforward, ganyan lang. Manahimik ka lang. Hindi yung porket alam mo mali yung sinabi ni isa, nagre-react ka. Mali. Maganon ka, di ba? Umipitik-pitik ang ganyan. Okay, walang ganon. Yun yung tatawag natin na disagreeable mannerisms. Right? You don't do that. And then affability is basically yung sociability mo. Okay, how you deal with other people. Sociable. Okay, so that's for the final committee interview. Okay, so ayan, katulad niyan. Di ba? That's the final committee interview. Okay, that's just an example. Minsan, nakaano lang din. Okay, yung basic na applicant get-up natin. At this, example, pinag-formal attire sila. During my time, ganun din. When I applied for police service, ganyan din. Okay, formal attire talaga. Okay? Talagang pinag-coat and tie kami. Bawal lang, walang necktie. Kaya yung mga nasa labas, naghihiraman kasi mahabang pila. Hiraman. Tropa, tapos ka na. Yeah, mate. Yan, yung tawagan doon. Mate, peram naman. So, wala akong dalang necktie. Sige, mate. Hiraman na lang. Okay? So, yan yung tinatawag natin na final committee. Parang mga bibitayin. Yung mga itsura. Yeah. Okay? And then we have the drug test. Okay, may drug test pala, sir. Naku, nasira na. Right? Meron. Okay? Government service yun. Lahat ng government service may drug test. Okay? The drug test shall not follow the sequential steps. Ano nung ibig sabihin yan? It will not follow the sequential steps. Hindi mo yan mapaghahandaan. Alright? Surprise, yeah. Okay? So, what's gonna happen is, at any time, the moment na matapos na ang isa, kaya halimbawa, nag-PPE na kayo, anytime pwede na maganap yan. Right after PPE, o kaya hindi muna. Diba? Pinakagat muna kayo. Right after PMDE, hindi muna. Diba? Tingnan natin, baka may nag-a-addict dyan. Okay? After na ng PAT. Ganyan. So, ano siya? Okay? At any time na nasimula na yung proseso na yan ng apat, right? But before the final interview, final committee interview, magkakaroon ng drug test, restasyon. Una, kasi hindi ka lulusot dyan. Okay? They'll be looking for marijuana, they'll be looking for methamphetamine traces. Yun yung dalawang usually na hinahanap dyan. Okay? It'll be conducted by, of course, the crime laboratory. You'll have your urine cup. Ayan. They'll test you for methamphetamine and as well as marijuana. Okay? CBI, right? So, before the start, kapag isasalang na kayo lahat for final committee interview, so before the process of FCI starts, magbabato na ng order, okay, kung saan man kayo localities nakabilang, okay, doon sa intelligence group ng locality, okay, kung saan ka umuwi, magpapasa na sila ng request doon to conduct yung tinatawag natin na background investigation. Okay, yung mga intelligence units ng police stations yung gumagawa. Yan. Okay? So if the applicant passes all of the mentioned tests, then you'll be appointed to police service. Ayan. Okay? So nakapasa ka sa lahat ng yon. Yay! Diba? So ngayon, magkakaroon na tayo ng tinatawag na appointment to police service. Ito, tandaan ulit. Okay? We have two types of appointment, okay, in government. Okay? Specifically sa atin, two types lang. Kasi meron pang iba. Under civil service rules, diba, meron pa tayong tinatawag na contract of service, job order, coterminus, pero hindi na importante yun. Hindi nilalabas sa board exams natin yan. Ang inclusive lang sa board exams natin is yung dalawa. Temporary and permanent appointment. Okay? Civil service siguro, kung nag-civil service exam ka, pwede lumabas yun. Okay? Permanent, temporary, coterminus, contract of service, and job order. Okay, yung mga yon. Pero sa atin, ang applicable lang talaga. Permanent and temporary appointment. Okay, so yun lang yung dapat mong tandaan. Right? So appointment of uniform PNP personnel. Never mind the rank. Ha? Kasi ang gamit kong rank pa rin PO1, hindi patrolman, di ba ganyan. Never mind that. Okay? Nilinaw naman sa inyo yan in your Layer 1 discussion. Di ba? Malinaw na kung ano na yung mga tawag ngayon sa bago. Okay? Na ranks natin. Ang gusto kong matandaan mo rito is, ang hindi naman na bago is who appoints, sino yung appointing authority ng mga taong yan. Okay? So from PO1 to SPO4, bear in mind, tandaan mo ha. Number 1, meron tayong dalawang appointment. Okay? Permanent and temporary. Now, who does the appointment? Sino yung pumipirma ng mga appointment orders na yan? Okay? So from PO1 to SPO4, ito ang pumipirma. It's the RD. As a general rule, typically, from PO1 to SPO4, pipirma ng appointment order mo is the RD. Who's that, sir? The regional director. Right? Only in cases wherein you are hired, okay, by the national headquarters, it changes. If you're a personnel, di ba, for the national headquarters, then the appointing authority, kasi siya ang boss doon di ba, sa national headquarters. Kahit pa ang national headquarters, kung tutusin, sakop na yung CRPO. Kasi the national headquarters is within, di ba, the locality of Quezon City, right? Nandiyan dyan, di ba, sa EDSA, right? Sakop ang Quezon City ng QCPD. QCPD is one of the districts under the NCRPO. Okay, pero, syempre, sariling baluarte yun. The CPNP, nandun siya So, siya ang appointing authority. If you're someone who's hired to work for the national headquarters, okay, like for example, HSS, the Headquarters Support Service, di ba? Doon ka talaga. Kaya yun na unit mo, HSS. Then, sino ang pipirma sir ng appointment order ko? From PO1 to SPO4, it's gonna be the Chief PNP. Okay, pero paglabas, yan, NCRPO, Region 1 to 18, di ba? Kung saan mang regions yan or whatever. Who is the appointing authority, sir? For as long as the rank is from PO1 to SPO4, tandaan mo, it is the RD, the Regional Director. Okay, where's my charger? It's the regional director, right? Next is from the rank of inspector to superintendent. Okay, inspector to superintendent, right? So from inspector to superintendent, sino ang appointing authority natin? Is the Chief PNP. Okay, siya naman ang pumipirma. Okay, ng appointment order natin. And then, senior superintendent, right, to deputy director. Okay, as I was saying, senior superintendent to, okay, sandali lang, mamatay. Ayan. Okay, nag-normalize na yung video. Okay, there's lag earlier. Ayan, okay na. Okay, so from Senior Superintendent to Deputy Director General, okay, sino naman ang pumipirma, sir? Of course, it's the President na. Actually, sagad mo na. Okay? From Senior Superintendent, pag nag-kernel na yan, Presidente na yan. Ang appointing authority, si President na. Actually, kahit sa line of service, kahit sa reserve force, okay, kung reservist ka, pagka pumalo na ang ranggo, okay, ng senior superintendent, meaning full-fledged na kernel, okay, kahit sa armed forces, sa navy, sa air force, kahit saan, basta ang equivalent rank niyan is police colonel, colonel na, okay, or senior superintendent. Ang appointing authority na is si president. Hanggang sa pinakamataas, damay mo na si director, general. Paano sir, kailangan po bang tandaan yung confirmation ng COA, ganyan? Hindi na. Kasi confirmation lang yan eh. What do you mean by that? They just need to confirm. Tatanggapin na lang nila yan. Wala nang question yan. Diba? Confirmation na lang yan. Okay? So it's the chief PNP, right? Balik lang. Yeah. It's a chief PNP for inspector to superintendent. Okay? And then once na pumasok na ang rango sa full-fledged colonel, senior superintendent, hanggang sa pinakamataas, okay, kay Director General natin, now is for Sir Ibo Basinas, it's the President of the Philippines. So, ang dali lang kung tutuusin. Bakit? 3 tao lang, sir. RD, di ba? Chief PNP, President. RD, Chief PNP, President. Silang 3 lang, ang appointing authority. Okay, so kung babalik ka, PO1, right, to SPO4, RD. May konting exception lang. Chief PNP if it's the national headquarters. And then ang susunod dyan is si Chief PNP na. Di ba? Inspector to Superintendent. It's the Chief PNP. And then, pagpalo niyan sa Colonel, di ba, Senior Superintendent, hanggang sa pinakamataas na rango natin, Director General, it's the President of the Philippines. He signs the appointment order. So it's very easy. Madali lang yan part na yan. Right? Okay, so let's just say, na-appoint ka na, di ba? PO1. Okay, PO1. Right? Na-appoint ka na. So ano nang gagawin ko, sir? May appointment order na ako, nag-take oath na ako. What's the next step for me? Training. Di ba? Okay? Okay, hold on. Hindi na tayo dyan. Ito, meron sa discussion separate for appointment. The types of appointment. So liwanagin natin. Permanent and temporary. Right? What's the difference? Permanent, when an applicant possesses the upgraded general qualifications for appointment. Ako ngayon, naintindihan mo na, di ba? Kasi, diniscuss ko na kanina yung upgraded versus general. Okay, so kailan lalabas ang status of permanency mo? Kapag ka-upgraded general qualifications na ako. Kailan nagiging upgraded general qualifications na ako? Sir, kapag natapos ko na yung FTP ko. Okay, or Field Training Program. Paano sir, hanggang ano pa, pending completion pa ako ng FTP. Hindi ko pa natatapos yung 1 year, 6 months sa loob, 6 months sa labas. Naka-temporary appointment ka pa lang. Okay, so any PNP personnel na pending ang completion pa ng PSBRC and FTP, as well as those who are accepted due to a weight waiver. Okay, kung if ever lang, sobrang under quota tayo, nagpapasok tayo ng mga tao, di ba, under the waiver program, like for example, weight, ay naka-temporary appointment yan. Right? Because of the weight waiver. So they'll be given 6 months to meet yung required weight. Paano sir kung hindi nila na-meet yon in the span of 6 months? Hindi na sila allowed na magpatuloy. They'll be removed from the roster of trainees. Hindi ka na makakapatuloy. Kasi naka-temporary appointment ka pa lang naman. Madali ka pang alisin. Okay? Pero kapag permanent na, hindi na. Kasi kapag permanent appointment ka na, we need to follow na civil service rules kung paano, as well as NAPOLCOM rules, kung paano ka dapat, mostly NAPOLCOM rules, diba? Kasi under nila tayo. So, kung paano ka dapat alisin. Okay? Mabusisi na yan, makapal na papel na yan. Now, appointment under a waiver program, sir. So, when does this happen? Under the Memorandum Circular Number 2013-004 of NAPOLCOM, there are certain conditions kapag ka maglalabas tayo ng appointment under a waiver program. Hindi ito hindi ikaw magde-decide. Magpupulis ako tapos mag-waiver na lang ako. 'Di ba? Kasi kulang ako sa height. Magpupulis ako, mag-waiver na lang ako kasi mataba ako. Magpupulis ako, mag-waiver na lang ako kasi overage ako. Hindi ikaw magde-decide niyan. Okay? Gagana lang ang waiver program if, okay, following the certain conditions. Okay? Ano yung mga yan, sir? Number 1. Okay, hold on, let me go back. Ano yung mga conditions na yan? The most important. Okay? Ano yon, sir? The most important is, right, yung quota. Naglolo ko yung saksakan. Ayan, it's fine. Oo, okay na. Naglolo ko lang yung saksakan. Alright. So Sauce, what's the most important, sir, pagkadating sa waiver program? It is the quota. Kasi for as long as wala naman tayong shortage ng quota, hindi naman maglalabas ng waiver program. Okay? Ang sabi dyan, ng linaw, conditions on appointment, di ba, for the waiver program. The age, height, and weight for initial appointment to the PNP may, di ba, hindi shall. Kasi shall is, di ba, authoritative, inuutos. May, ibig sabihin, may chance. Di ba, pwede. Right? May be waived only when the number of qualified applicants falls below the approved national or the regional quota. Kung kulang talaga yung mga aplikante na nag-a-apply na qualified. Libo-libo yung nag-a-apply. Okay? At ang daming qualified sa kanila. So bakit tayo mag-waiver? Right? Bakit sasabihin ni Napolcom na sige, mag-waiver kayo? Ipapasukin nyo yung mga maliliit, matataba, at saka yung mga ganyan-ganito. Right? With all due respect, diba? Discussion lang naman. Wala naman tayong kaso sa mga taong yan. Right? So, only if the number of qualified applicants falls below the quota, that's the time na mag-waiver program tayo. Okay? This is 11. Alright. So, ganun lang naman yan. So, waiver of the age. The first thing na wini-waive natin is age. Okay, I'm gonna skip a bit. Hindi. Wag muna. Sige, isa-isahin natin. Waiver of the age. Right? Kasi may sinusunod naman tayo, di ba? Na sequencing yan, di ba? Age, height, weight, education. Di ba? Yung apat na yan. So, waiver of the age. Requirement may be granted provided, bibigyan ka na waiver provided, di ba? That the applicant shall not be, meron pa rin tayong sinusunod. Okay? Ano yun, sir? Hindi ka na dapat mas bata pa sa 20, hindi ka na dapat mas matanda pa sa 35. So for as long as, halimbawa, number 1, na-meet natin yung letter A, kulang naman talaga yung quota, right? So o-open ang waiver. Ano unang bubuksan? Yung age. Okay? Lahat muna ng bagsak sa age, yan ang priority na bigyan ng pagkakataon to fill out yung available slots in the quota na kulang. Okay? So number 1 is age. Sino yung mga tao na yan, sir? Mga tao kasi, di ba, ang minimum age requirement natin is 21. Okay? Kapag tinanong kasi what's the minimum, 21. Pag tinanong what's the maximum, 30. And that is for the tri-bureau. Okay? Huwag kayong baka mamaya tinanong ka sa maximum age natin, ang sagot mo kagad is 35. Right? Eto ka na naman, adalantado ka na naman. Hindi 35. Right? 35 is for the waiver. Okay? So kapag tinanong kung anong minimum age requirement natin, yun pa rin ang isasagot mo, 21 to 30. Huwag kang aalis doon. Tinanong ka, ano yung maximum age natin? It's still 30. Hindi, sir, may 35. That's for the waiver. Huwag matigas ang ulo mo. Okay? Magkaiba yun. Right? So sana, matandaan natin yan. For the tri-bureau, okay? Except Bucor, syempre, may sarili siya, diba, na nakaset, which is the age is 40. Right? 40 years old. Pero for the tri-bureau, it is 30. Right? Minimum of 21, maximum of 30. And then, pag in-apply ang waiver for the age, that's the only time na sasagot ka ng iba. Right? Pinakabata, 20. Pinakamatanda, 35. Okay? So, kahit na birth year mo na, 35 ka pa rin. Hanggat hindi mo nare-reach yung actual day of your birthday. Like for example, this year, di ba, 36 ka na. Counting by year, 36 ka na. So, disqualified ka na dapat. Pero when is your birthday? So, matagal pa, so December pa. So, technically, you're still 35. So, pwede ka pa ang mag-apply for the waiver, and then later on, if it's approved, para sa PNP. Okay? Ganun yun. Kasi susundin natin is yung actual date of birth mo, hindi birth year. Right? So, ganun yan. Yun yung waiver for the age. So, paano yun, sir? 20 and 35. Mayroon pa rin siyang sinusunod na guidelines. Okay? 37 years old na ako, sabi, hindi na pwede kasi maximum natin is 35 years old. Sir, I'm 18 years old. Hindi pwede kasi ang pinakamabata na is 20 years old. Okay, that is for the age. Paano, sir, kung halimbawa ang natitira na lang na slot is isa? So, binuksan yung age. Okay, waiver. Papapasok ako isa pa kasi kulang ako sa isang tao pa. 2 tao dumating. Yung isa 20, isa 35. Sino yung tatanggapin ko? So, syempre, the older person. Right? Kasi yung 20, magko-qualify pa yan eh. Yung 35, madi-disqualify na yan pag di mo pa tinanggap. So we give, yung advantage to the older person. Right? So, kung isa na lang, kailangan ko, dalawa siya dumating, bata, matanda, doon ka sa matanda. The 35 years of age will be given preference. Okay? So, what's the next one, sir? Waiver of the height. Now, for the waiver of the height, as of now, gumagana yan. Not until ma-approve, di ba, the President signs those bills in Congress, di ba, regarding the new height requirement, this is in place. Okay, gumagana ito. Waiver of the height requirement may be granted to a male applicant with at least the following height requirement. Hindi ito binibigay din ng wala lang. Right? May sinusunod pa rin na patakaran. Parang age waiver, may patakaran pa rin. 20, 35, hanggang dyan lang ako. Waiver ako for age sa'yo, pero hanggang dyan lang ako. Anything below and beyond that, hindi na pwede. Sa height, ganun din. Okay? Yung regular applicant natin na under height, ibig sabihin ko doon is you're not a member of any indigenous group, right? Or Muslim Filipino group, di ba? Hindi ka kasama sa kahit na yan. Normal lang. Right? Hindi ka kasama sa mga tribo-tribo, ganyan. May requirement tayo na height para mapagbigyan ka. Okay? Ganon din sa mga members natin. Pero the thing is, meron namang malinaw na sinasabi na there's an automatic grant of height waivers kapag ka membro ka, diba, ng indigenous peoples or indigenous group. Malinaw yon, di ba? As per RA 6975 amended by 855, malinaw yan na automatic grant yan. Okay, if you're a member of a tribe, di ba? Punta ka na Napolcom, di ba? May dala kang shield tsaka sibat, nakabahag ka. Hala. Yeah. Hingi ako ng tawag dito waiver for the height. That's an automatic grant kasi member ka. Okay, they'll give you the waiver for the height. O ayan. Okay, walang problema ron. Okay? Pero pag normal ka, hindi ka membro, sundin mo tong letter C na yan, first paragraph. Requirements may be granted to a male applicant. Kailangan pumasok ka pa rin. Okay? Who is at least 1 meter and 57, so that's equivalent to 5'2". And for female, applicant, dapat 1 meter 52 or 5 flat. Paano sir kung mas mababa ako doon? Hindi mo yan makukuha kasi yan yung minimum. Okay? Not unless, right, mag-auto grant tayo because you are a member of a tribe. Ganun yun. That's how it goes. Okay? So, meron pa rin siyang patakaran na sinusunod. Now, what's gonna happen, sir, with the new law? Binabanan nila talaga. Andiyan pa rin yung automatic grant for the, members of the tribe. So, wala silang problema eh. Tayo lang na mga walang, tribo-tribo, okay, ang magkakaroon ng problema. So, ibababa yun. Okay? So, ang magiging minimum is 5'2", 5 flat na agad-agad. 5'2" for males, 5 flat for females. So, automatic, later on, mag-a-adjust din yan, yung waiver na yan, di ba? Okay, later on, yan na yung ihilingin nila. So, mag-a-adjust yan, di ba? Magiging, ngayon kasi 5'2" sa lalaki, 5 flat sa babae. Okay, para mag-waiver. Kaso magiging normal na yan eh. 5'2" at saka 5 flat na yung normal. Paano yung waiver? Ibababa na naman nila. So, yung 5'2" magiging 5 flat, yung 5 flat sa babae magiging 4'8". Darating ang panahon ng pulis, ganito na lang kalaki, oh. So, sobrang kaka-adjust nila. Asa yung pulis? Ayun, gago, natapakan mo. Punyeta. Di ba? Parang tayong tanga. With all due respect. Di ba? With all due respect. Pero, alam mo yun, ganun talaga eh. Okay? Meron tayong dapat na sinusunod na qualification at dapat manatili yan. Diba? I respect, right, yung pagiging mababa natin or what. So you have to, consider pagiging pulis yung ina-applyan natin, right? And you must at least reach some level of authority. Okay, kapag kaganyan ka na lang kalaki, hindi na masyadong authoritative yun eh. Okay, pag masyado ka nang maliit, we have to accept that fact. It's really sad, pero we have to accept that fact. Dapat wag naman nila masyadong babaan. Otherwise, magiging nakakatawa na yan. Okay? Pag nakasalubong mo yung pulis, mukha ng Santo Niño. Di ba yung Santo Niño na binihisan na pulis? Kanya na lang kalaki. Di ba? So, again, with all due respect sa mga kasamahan natin, di ba, na mababa, right? Ganun talaga eh. Siguro ito makatarungan pa rin to. 5-5 flat, yeah, makatarungan pa rin. Pero sana wag na naman nating ma-reach, di ba, yung level na masyado na siyang mababa to a point na nakakatawa na. Okay, just so ma-please ng mga politiko, yung mga botante. That's not, practical. Okay? So I hope you get my point in there. Okay? Kasama niyo ako. Okay? I also agree with the changes. Pero not to a certain point, okay, na nakaka-insulto na eh, di ba? Kasi ang pangit ng tingnan masyado. Okay? Yun lang naman. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. All right? And then age, height, and then what's the last one, sir? Weight. Okay, weight, of course. An applicant who is granted a weight waiver shall be given reasonable time, and that is 6 months, for him or her to comply to the said requirement. Okay, the grant of waiver is not a guarantee for appointment into the police service. So any of the waivers discussed, age, height, and weight, that is not a guarantee. So may waiver na ako. O di mag-apply ka na. Good luck sa'yo. Sana makapasa ka. The waiver, okay, gives you the opportunity to apply and be treated as a normal applicant, not someone who is overage, not someone who is under height, not someone who is overweight. You will be treated normally. Okay, kung mataba ka, okay, tatratuhin kita as normal. Sige, pull up na, gago 7. Bahala ka sa buhay mo, di ba? Naka-waiver ka eh. Kasi laki ka ng barko. Bahala ka. Pumani ka dyan, 7 kailangan ko. Okay, tatratuhin kang normal. Okay, ganun ang mangyayari. Kung under height ka, maliit, yung pull up bar, sige, abutin mo. Talon. Kaya abutin mo yan, di ba? Normal ka ng aplikante, bahala ka sa buhay mo. Okay? Matanda ka na, di ba? Tatakbo tayo ha. 3K, run, ikot, 19 minutes. Hindi ko na kaya yan. Amang, ulul, kayanin mo. Di ba, nag-apply ka? Okay, so ganun yun. You will be treated as a normal applicant. But that does not guarantee, okay, that you will be appointed into the police service. It guarantees na makakapag-apply ka, and you'll be treated as a normal applicant. Okay? Pila ka, parang wala lang. Okay, normal ka lang. But, okay, it does not guarantee that you will be appointed to police service. Kasi what if you don't pass the physical agility test because of your condition? Di failed ka pa rin. Okay? So, yun lang ang ginagarantiyan niya. You can apply, you will be treated normally. Pero, it does not guarantee that you will be appointed for police service. Okay? Like, for example, this person, di ba? Juba niya, di ba? Ay, kalaki mo, sir. Okay? So, what are the factors to be considered in the grant of waivers? Kala mo ba, ganun lang yun, punta ka sa Napolcom, sir, may waiver, ganyan-ganito kasi. Hindi. Diba? Except for tribe members, sabi nga natin, kasi nga, di ba, auto-grant sila. Paano kung normal lang ako, sir? I'm just hoping na makaget ako ng waiver for my age, my height, or my weight. Okay? These are the things na kinukonsider ni Napolcom if they're gonna grant you the waiver. Ano yan, sir? Possession of special skills. Okay, in the following, right? Evidence gathering, safekeeping, cybercrime, okay? Scene, martial arts. Usually martial arts at saka marksmanship yung ginagamit. Okay, magaling kang bumaril, magaling ka sa hindi marunong. Iba yung magaling sa marunong. Okay, magaling talaga. Okay, martial arts and marksmanship. I have a friend, okay, na nasa NCRPO. Ang ginamit niya is martial arts. Black belter naman talaga. Magaling naman talaga. But he's only like 5'3". In height, di ba 5'4" pa. So he's only 5'3", and that's what he did. Okay, he asked for waiver, and then ang ginamit niyang grounds is yung martial arts. Okay, dinala niya lahat ng certificate niya, ganyan-ganito. Okay, pinakita niya yung na black belter siya and with all the certificates na sinalihan niya ng mga competition and all. Yun, na-approve naman siya for the height waiver because of that factor. Okay, what else are special talent? Di ba? In the field of sport, music, arts, ganyan. Usong-uso yan ngayon sa sa armed forces. Ang dami mo makikita, di ba, na mga artista, mga atleta, volleyball players, di ba, na nakakapasok sa serbisyo, armed forces, Navy, Air Force, what's the other one? Navy, Air Force, Army. Okay? Yun yung armed forces natin, di ba? Army, Air Force, and the Navy. Ayan, di ba, ang dami, mga artista, mga volleyball players, basketball players, yung mga ganyan, 'di ba? Car racers, yung mga kung sino-sino. 'Di ba? Nagiging mga mga uniform personnel, gugulat ka lang, popost na sa Facebook. Yan, diyan sila pumapasok. Ayan, special talent na yan in the field of sport, music, arts, 'di ba? And culture. Yan yung ginagamit nila. Okay? Para maging uniform personnel. All right, what else? Extensive experience in or training in forensic science, okay? Legal, medical, technical services. Okay? Kaya nga ang mga lawyers and doctors, di ba? Naka-auto grant yan for the age waiver naman. Kung ang mga tribe members natin naka-auto grant sila sa height, ang mga lawyers and doctors, okay? Naka-auto grant naman sila ng age waiver. Hindi nila kailangan mag-apply ng age waiver kasi naka-auto grant naman sila to 35 agad-agad. Okay? Pagka doktor ka or lawyer ka. Okay? Talagang legal services, health services, ina-allow nila na hanggang 35 years old na agad-agad. Okay? Sila na nag-aasikaso. Kasi kulang tayo sa lawyers and doctors of course. Okay? And they get to have yung police captain, right? Agad-agad na rank. Okay? Include mo na yung isa pa. Later on, ma-discuss ko naman yun. Okay? Ano pa? Outstanding academic records. So, magaling ka sa school. Okay? You graduated with honors. Yan, ganyan. Okay? O kaya naman, good family background in law enforcement. Si lolo, police. Diba? Si tatay, police. Mga kapatid, police. Okay? Nagkataon lang, medyo maliit ka. You can still use that. They'd still consider that. Diba? You came from a family of law enforcers. They'd still consider that. Right? Okay. So, yung mga yun lang naman. What else? Applicants who possess the least disqualifications will take precedence over those who possess more disqualifications. So, anong ibig sabihin nun, sir? Kapag kaunti na lang, right, yung kailangan natin, for example, we need to have just one more, okay, or two more slots available, okay, paano, sir, ang prosesong gagawin natin? Okay, doon sa mga tao na disqualified. Those who possess the least will take precedence over those who possess more. Bawa, isa na lang kailangan ko. May dalawang tao. Okay, yung isa bagsak sa age, yung isa bagsak sa age and height. Diba? O, dito na ako sa isa lang ang bagsak. Age lang. Ganun yun. Yun yung ibig sabihin ng taking precedence. Okay? Versus yung more versus less. Okay? And then the requirement shall be waived in the following order: age, height, weight, and education. Okay, so awe, right? And then people will ask you, hala, sabi sa inyo, age, height, weight, education. Tanga ba yung prof mo? Bakit may education? The question is, they shall be waived in the following order. Hindi naman nabago yung order. Okay? Ang question na kung kasama pa ba ang education is a totally different question. Okay? The question as to what is the sequence, right? It's age, height, weight, and education. Okay? The question as to, right, do we still waive education is a totally different question. Okay? What's the sequence? Age, height, weight, education. Do you still include education? No. See? That's a different question. Right? So, ganun yan. Don't be a smart ass. Okay? Kasi hindi naman tayo yung kausap nyo. Right? May dahilan kung bakit ako top 2 sa board. Hindi naman tayo engot. Right? So, it's more about comprehending the questions. And again, it's a different question. So what's the sequence? That's the sequence. That's a proper sequence. Okay, the question of it still being, okay, included, or it still, right, being waivable, that's a different question. And the answer is no. Tama naman kayo. We don't waive education anymore. Why? Because we have an educational requirement na, di ba, under RA 6975 as amended, di ba, by 8551 further by 9708, you need to have a formal baccalaureate degree coming from a reputable and recognized institution of learning. Okay, so any 4-year course. Kaya hindi mo siya po pwedeng baliin because you'll be breaking the law as well kapag binali yan nila. Right? Pero again, two different questions. Okay? What's the sequence? Ayan. Can you still waive education? No. Okay? Waiver is if you're underqualified. Now, what if it's the opposite? Diba? Overqualified ka. Meron naman tayo tinatawag na lateral entry. Kasi, nasa na ba tayo? Recruitment tayo kanina, diniscuss ko lahat ng kailangan. Tapos nakapasok ka, di ba? Nalampasan mo yung steps, di ba? PPE, PMDE, PAT, FCI. Tapos na-appoint ka na, di ba? Regional Director, right? O ni Chief PNP kung Inspector, or, di ba, ni President, kung Senior Superintendent na yan, pataas. Na-appoint ka na sa police service. That's what I'm saying. Okay? And then whether temporary or permanent, and then paano sir kung pumasok ako under the waiver program, di ba, age, height, weight, yan, discuss naman natin. Ngayon, overqualified ako, sir. Paano ako papasok sa PNP, sir? Mag-PPO-an pa rin ba ako? Hindi, try mo mag-lateral entry kasi overqualified ka. Okay? So, there is what we call lateral entry. When you say lateral entry, you will be starting your employment, specifically in the PNP, at a higher level than the normal entry level. Kasi ang normal entry level natin, entry level position natin is PO1. That's the entry level position, PO1. And what's the lateral entry position? It's police inspector. Diba? Yun yung lateral entry level. Right? Lateral entry. You'll start with police inspector. And then entry level, normal entry level, that is PO1. Okay? So, of course, everything, policies, regulations, or whatnot comes from the NAPOLCOM because they exercise admin control. This is an admin matter. So, therefore, the authority will come from them. Based on NAPOLCOM, right, the following are those who are qualified for lateral entry. 3 tao lang yan, believe it or not. Sino yung 3 tao na yan, sir? 3 lang, sir. Dami nakasulat. Okay, katanga. Okay, 3 lang yan. Sino yung unang grupo ng tao? Persons with highly technical qualifications. Number 1. And then, sub-question, who are those people who are considered with highly technical qualifications? Dentists, optometrists, nurses, engineers, diba? Graduates of forensic science, ano pa? Doctors of medicine, members of the Philippine Bar, chaplain, IT, pilots, and psychologists. Okay, sila yon. Bumubuo dun sa first group of people. Okay, a person with highly technical qualification. And then who's the next one, sir? PNPA graduates. And the last one is registered criminologist. Oh, di ba? Sama tayo, pre. Di ba? Sama ka, pwede ka mag-lateral entry. Nga lang, kulang, yung positions available. Hindi naman ganun karaming quota para sa police inspector. Kaya by the time na yung mga registered criminologist na nag-aantay para pumasok, kakaunti na lang. Okay? Pero totoo yan. Okay? Kaso syempre, ang gawain natin is mag-in service ka na muna. Habang waiting ka para sa mga lateral positions to become available, magpiwang ka na kahit qualified ka. Hindi siya registered criminologist ako. Gusto mo pa inspector agad-agad. Magantay ka. Ang tagal nun. Okay? Kaya ang ginagawa natin, even though you're a registered criminologist and one of your privilege is lateral entry for police inspector, magpiyawang ka na. And then hopefully later on, ka nagbukas, applyan mo. Makakalusot ka naman. Okay? Ang dami ko nang nakitang ganyan. Okay? Mga professor ko dati, ganyan. Okay? Sir Perez, marami. Okay? Akong kakilala na ganyan. Professors and then even students, di ba, na nag-lateral entry. We have. Right? It happens. Nangyayari talaga yan. So that is our what we call lateral entry naman. Okay? So legal services, di ba, for lawyers, health services, for doctors, dentists, and nurses. Ayan. Okay? So lateral entry yan. Doctors, of course, police captains, dentists, and nurses, police inspectors lang yan. Okay? Lawyers and chaplains, police captains as well. So 3 lang naman yun di ba? Pumapasok. Member of the Philippine Bar, Doctor of Medicine, and chaplains, sila lang yung exception. And there was this question back then in the board exam. Nagkaroon ng tanong in the board exam. Commencement. Yung ibig sabihin, lateral entry. Lateral entry rank shall commence. Diba? With what rank? Ano daw commence meaning to start. Okay, all lateral entry shall commence with the rank of. The answer is police inspector. Bakit ganun, sir? All, merong exception. Again, exception yun Huwag kang tumatalon. Right? So, the question is, all lateral entry shall commence, diba, with the rank of. The correct answer is, it will always be police inspector. Not unless if you are being asked for the exception. Okay, yung tatlo nga. Okay, doctor, lawyer, and chaplain. Then you answer police, captain. Okay? I hope that's clear. Are we good so far? Okay lang ba kayo? Okay, so tuloy-tuloy tayo. Once appointed to police service, next step is, ayan na, training na. Okay? So, police training, okay, what is that? It's the means, okay, that's how the organization teaches, right, the new hires, of providing the necessary knowledge and skill, okay, to the police officers which are necessary in the performance of their functions. Okay, so ito, tandaan nyo ito mga to, importante ito. Ang daming sunod-sunod dito na medyo mabibigat. Okay, so please remember them. Okay, very well. Types of police training program, ayan, pakitandaan po ito. Okay, importante yan. The most basic of all police training is yung tinatawag natin na basic recruit. Kahit saan ka magpunta, okay, na line of service, yan ang pinaka-unang-una talaga, basic recruit. Okay, sa Army, basic recruit, training ang pinakauna sa atin. Any other law enforcement agency, laging ganyan. Basic recruit training ang pinakaunang pagdadaanan mo. Right? It is a prerequisite for permanency of appointment. Kailangan matapos mo yan, yung basic na yan, as well as the FTP, para maging permanent ka. Okay, so in the PNP, ang tawag dyan is PSBRC. What is that, sir? PSBRC, Public Safety Basic Recruit Course. Yan yung unang 6 na buwan mo sa loob ng kampo. Okay, pero 1 taon talaga ang pagdaraanan mo. 6 na buwan sa loob, 6 na buwan sa labas. Yung 6 na buwan sa labas, hatiin sa dala-dalawa. Okay, 2 sa patrol, 2 sa traffic, 2 sa investigation. Okay, yun yung tinatawag na FTP. Okay? So this is the most basic. Okay, so before you take your, of course, 'di ba, yung basic recruit training mo, mag-undergo ka muna ng mass oath taking. And you'll know na hindi pa nagti-training tong mga to kasi tinan mo yung mga itsura, 'di ba? Tataba pa. Ang lalaki pa nila, 'di ba? So they have not yet undergone yung basic recruit training natin kasi maglilipisan yang mga yan, mag-iitiman yang mga yan. Okay? Papangit yung mga yan, magmumukhang mga lantang titi yung mga itsura ng mga yan. Ngayon kasi, 'di ba, parang mga maayos na titi pa yung mga itsura nyo, 'di ba? Mga kalbo, 'di ba? Ayan. Para kayong mga penises. Right? Later on, okay, hindi na yun ang itsura mo. Mukha na kayong mga dinaing. Okay? So, that's the first thing that's gonna happen. Okay? After mass oath taking, di ba, will be picked up by the 6 buys. Kung tawagin natin yung 6 buys, yung mga malalaking truck. Depende kung saan ka. Kung sa regional training center ka mapupunta, right? Or dito sa NCRTC natin, right? National Capital Relax Region. Okay, kasi sabi lang medyo relax dito as compared to other training centers. Diba? But I doubt, hindi naman. Kami nun, hirap-hirap. Okay, so, hindi naman. So, ganito yan. Morals. So, nasa na tayo? Ito jump off na. Diba? You have all your things. Diba? Supposedly daw, nagagamitin mo sa loob. Diba? May tabo, may timba. Kung inangin, hindi mo naman gamitin yan. Bakit? Maligo ka, tapos tabo lang eh. But may timba pa. Diba? So, hindi yan kasali. Right? That's the jump off na tinatawag natin. So after the oath taking, the 6 buys will now come. Right? And then from the 6 buys, sakay na, and then atid na kayo saan man lugar kayo mag-take na training ninyo. Okay? And then you'll be received there. There'll be reception waiting for you, and that's not food. Okay? If you think reception na nag-aantay so is food, no, you're mistaken. Right? So they have a different type of reception na nag-aantay sa'yo. Okay? Mas marami kayo, mas matindi reception kasi it depends on the number of companies. Okay? 5 company lang kayo, for example, that's 5 exercises. Mas maraming company, mas maraming exercises, and that's 10 minutes per station. Okay? So medyo mahirap talaga. Okay? And ito, banlawan portion na, preparing for your first meal. Okay? Sa mess hall, okay, ng training school mo. Ang pinakamasarap na restaurant sa lahat ng buong Pilipinas. Ang mess hall ng training school. Makikilala mo na si Snappy Fish. Yan. Snappy Fish. Ulam mo, Snappy Fish. Okay? Tapos nung unang company, ba, Bravo company ka. Tapos yung Alpha, di ba? Lalabas na yan. Next na kayo. Tanangin mo yung tropa mo. Mate. Ano ulam? Snappy fish. Ganun na? Kaya na snappy fish yun, hindi siya gumagalaw talaga. Okay? Yung piniritong isda na hindi mo maintindihan kung anong klaseng isda tapos siya. Sobrang tigas niya, di ba? Snappy. Pwede mo ipanaksak eh. Hindi na abuti ka stab wound. Snappy fish yung tawag namin diyan. Okay? Tapos, hopya. Okay? Ang pambansang pagkain ng training center is the hopya. Okay? Marirealize mo kung gaano kasarap ang hopya. Walang kwenta yan ngayon. Di mo nga binibili yan dyan kahit wala kang pera, di ba? Hindi, walang kwenta yan. Pagkain mahirap yan, di ba? Pero doon, yan ang pinakamasarap na pagkain meron ka, puta. Hopya. Okay? Yan ang magliligtas sa buhay mo. Hopya. Okay? And then after, syempre, yan. After the 6 months inside, mag-FTP na kayo. Okay? Sa labas. Okay? So, that's the transition na meron tayo. Right? So, next is field training program. So, tapos ka na mag-basic, di ba? Nadaanan mo na yon. And then, magkakaroon ka na ng actual OJT. So, nag-OJT na ako sa school. Nag-OJT nga kami sa BGMP. Nag-OJT kami sa NBI. Nag-OJT kami sa ganito. Gunggong. Hindi ka pa nag-OJT. Hindi ba naintindihan? Okay? Ano so ibig sabihin ng OJT? On the job training. On the job. May job ka na ba? Di ba wala? Nag-aaral ka lang eh. Palamunin ka ng magulang mo, gago, di ba? So, wala kang job. So that's not OJT. And what is that, sir? That's called internship. Whatever it is na pinagdanan mo nung nung college ka, is called internship. Okay? Ano ibig sabihin nun, sir? Internship means exposure. You were exposed to the possible jobs na po pwede mong pasukan later on. Okay? OJT is different kasi when you say OJT, on the job training, you are being trained while on the job. Tanggap ka na. Okay? Tapos, sinitrain kita. Right? Nag-taking ka na. So, pulis ka na. Tapos training. Okay? Yun yung ibig sabihin ng OJT. Okay? Pakitandaan din tong term na to kasi lumabas din to sa last board exams natin. Ang naging guide nila ng mga bata, ito. Okay? Receives formal instruction on the job. Ayan yung naging guide, yung salitang on the job. Receives formal instruction on the job. Doon na-recall ng mga bata, kaya na tinuruan namin na, yan yung sinasabi sir na FTP. Kasi FTP, sabi sir, is OJT. 343. FTP, OJT. Tatlo para sa tatlo. Di ba? FTP, OJT. Field Training Program is your actual OJT or on-the-job training. Yan ang totoong OJT ng buhay mo. Hindi yung sa school. That is called internship or your exposure. Okay? Now, as provided under RA 8551, you need to undergo yung complete program na yan. Okay? Field Training Program. Right? Comprising of the PSBRC and the FTP. Okay, so ano yun, sir? PSBRC mo yun yung 6 na buwan mo sa loob and then the remaining 6 months sa labas. Okay? 2 months in patrol, 2 months in traffic, 2 months in investigation. After which, magkakaroon tayo ng tinatawag na graduation. Okay? Ba't magkakaroon ng graduation, sir? Graduate na ako. Okay? What is it that you're undergoing? Public Safety Basic Recruit Course. Naka-enroll ka sa course. Okay? Naka-enroll ka sa school ng isang course. Ang school, Philippine Public Safety College. Diba? Naka-enroll ka sa isang course. So therefore, gagraduate ka. Okay? Once na ma-complete natin yan, in 1 year, there'll be a graduation. Okay? From the FTP. Okay? Public Safety Basic Recruit Course. Natapos mo na kaya, magkakaroon ka na ng PIN. Yan yung kauna-una ang PIN na matatanggap mo. Bilog. Yan, may flag ng Pilipinas. Diba? Nakikita mo suot ng mga PO1s natin. That's the first PIN. Diba? Na magkakaroon ka. And then for other schooling pa, magkakaroon ka pa ng iba pa PINs. For example, diba? Yung SWAT course. Ganyan. SWAT is a course. Okay? Hindi yan unit. The unit is SRU. Special Reaction Unit. Okay? And then, nag-take sila ng SWAT course or explosives and ordnance. Ganyan. Right? So next. So tatlo pala yun, sir. Oo, tatlo. Meron tayo tinatawag na basic recruit training. Okay? And then field training. Okay? Right? And then in-service training program. Okay, ano naman tong in-service training program na to, sir? Ito is a mandatory requirement promotion. So, dalawa na yung nababanggit mo, sir. Kanina, meron tayong mandatory eligibility. Diba? In the form of examination sa NAPOLCOM, promotional exam. Mandatory pala yon. Okay? Yung nga lang, ligtas ako doon kasi registered criminologist ako. Right? Tama ka. Ito, sir, ligtas din ba ako dito? Hindi. Okay? Kahit pa registered criminologist ka, hindi ka ligtas dito. Ito yung tinatawag natin na mandatory training talaga. Okay? It is required for promotion. JLC, SLC. So, mag-enroll na naman ako, sir. Yes. Ganyan talaga. Right? So, from PO3 to SPO1, dapat meron ka ng JLC. So, sir, so from PO1 to PO2, okay pa ako? Yes. Okay ka pa. Sapat pa yung PSBRC mo. Okay? Yung Public Safety Basic Recruit course mo is good for PO1 to PO2. Pero pag magpapa-PO3 ka na to SPO1, you need to complete the JLC. And then from SPO2 to SPO3, SLC. Right? And then SPO4, OCC. Ayan, nakasulat naman kung ano yan di ba? Officers Candidate Course, Senior Leadership Course, andyan naman. Okay? And then for Inspector, OBC. Okay, Officers Basic Course. And then for captains, right, to majors, senior inspector, to police chief inspector, OAC, or yung tinatawag na advanced course. Magti-thesis kayo uli dyan, gago. Kaya kung di mo sineryoso yung thesis mo, sakay ka lang. Di ba? Yung grupo-grupo, di ba, may mga nakasakay lang dyan. Dalawa lang nagtatrabaho, yung tatlo nakasakay lang. Moral support lang. Di ba? Okay? Naku, magugulat ka. Bakit? May thesis na naman. So, yes. Okay? May mga term papers na naman tayo dyan sa mga yan. Right? And then the highest, what's the lowest schooling na meron tayo? Public Safety Basic Recruit Course. What's the highest schooling naman na meron tayo? OSEC. Okay? So, highest, lowest lang para hindi kayo mahirap. Right? Highest is OSEC, lowest is PSBRC. Then in between, ayan, JLC, SLC, OCC, OBC, and then OAC. Rango-rango lang naman. PO3 to SPO1, dalawang laktaw. Dali lang siya. Right? Highest OSEC, lowest is PSBRC, and then those are the things in between. Okay? Mandatory requirement yan for promotion. Yung tatawag na mandatory schooling. Yung isa naman is yung eligibilities natin in the form of promotional exams given by the NAPOLCOM. Okay? And if you're a lawyer and a registered crim, exempted. Okay, salamat sa 11131. Right? Now, what if I'm not qualified for lateral entry, sir? Paano naman tataas yung rango ko? Right? Ito kasi mga to, tayo na, inspector and captains na. Ako naman, paano naman? Paano tataas? Meron tayo tatawag na regular promotion. Yung mga nakapasok kanina, di ba? Naka-temporary, tapos natapos na nila yung FTP, naging permanent na. So, PO1 na, paano ako magpapa-PO2, PO3, ganyan, sir. Hindi naman ako nag-lateral. Meron tayo tinatawag na regular promotion. Okay, so we'll be discussing the promotion system now. Okay, so technically we have three kinds of promotion in the PNP. What are those, sir? Regular promotion, okay, special promotion, na nahati sa dalawa, it can be meritorious or spot, and then promotion by virtue of position. Na hindi naman mangyayari sa'yo, kaya huwag mo nang alalahanin. It's just trivial. Kailangan lang alam mo kasi lumalabas sa board exams. Okay, dalawa lang yung pwede sa'yo. Regular and special promotion. Okay? So when you say promotion, right? Promotion, upward movement yan. As I always say, kapag nagdi-discuss ako layer 1, diba, there are three types of movement in the PNP. Upward, downward, outward. Ano yung upward? Promotion. Ano yung downward? Demotion. Ano yung outward? Palabas? Attrition. Okay? So those are the three types of movement sa PNP. Pataas, pababa, palabas. Upward, promotion. Okay? Downward, demotion. And then outward, palabas ka na, attrition. Okay, those are the three types of movement na meron tayo. So we're talking about upward movement. Okay, may marami naman pala tandaan. Upward, higher. Diba? So pataas talaga siya. Promotion yun. Okay, upgrade. Okay, so pataas siya. Okay, upward, upgrade, higher, puro pataas. Promotion. Okay, kasi the definition there, okay, nakalagay naman, upward movement. Right? So are those three types of promotions? Are regular, special, and promotion by virtue of position. Let's discuss each one. Okay? One by one. Regular promotion. Pag sinabi natin regular promotion, meron siyang 1, 2, 3, 4 na pangangailangan. Okay? Yan yung regular promotion natin. Kailangan makumpleto mo yan. Kung sasabihin mo, halimbawa, sir, pwede na ba ako magpa-regular promotion? Gawa ka lang checklist. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tapos checkan mo isa-isa. Sige, sagutin mo yung sarili mong tanong kung pwede ka na mag-regular promotion. Okay? Checkbox number 1, educational attainment. Checkbox number 2, okay, mandatory schooling or training. And then checkbox number 3, time and grade. And then lastly, eligibility. Okay, promotional exam. Checkan mo. Check. Sir, na-checkan ko yung 4. Di pwede ka nang ma-promote sa regular promotion kasi kompleto ka na doon sa lahat ng mandatory requirements. Sir, kulang isa. Hindi pwede. Okay? Kasi ang regular promotion, may regular requirements. Ano yun? Yung 4. Right? So, as long as you have not reached yung 4 na, hindi ka pa po pwede mag-undergo ng regular promotion. Alright? So, let's go back. Regular promotion, promotion granted to police officers meeting the mandatory requirements for promotion. Ano yun? 4. Okay? Educational requirement or attainment, pinakamadali. Bakit? Ang baba lang naman kasi nang nire-require niya. Okay? For PO1 to senior inspector, bachelor's degree lang. Hindi nga, sir. Oo, yun ang totoo. Nagkataon lang na syempre ngayon, masyado ng marami, di ba? Yung may masters, may PhD, ganyan, nagiging extra merit yon or extra points yon. Okay? Kasi kung wala ka rin lang ginagawa bilang PO1, mag-aaral ka na lang. Okay? Enroll ka sa mga masters, di ba? Yung mga ganyan, dami-daming school na nag-o-offer yan eh. Okay? Lalo yung mga public ads natin, di ba? Halos lahat ng school meron. Okay, master in ganito, master in ganyan. Ang dami niyan. Okay, so use your time, di ba? In a very purposeful manner rather. Okay? So, bachelor's degree, PO1 to senior inspector, actually, pasok na yan. Maganda lang kung meron kang master's or any other kasi mas mabigat yung papel mo. Ibig sabihin, di ba? Binibigyan bilang yan eh. Right? Mas preferred ka kasi may ganito ka, may ganyan ka. Pero, kung tutusin, bachelor's degree, sapat na hanggang senior inspector. Okay? And then from major to superintendent, bachelor's degree pa rin yan. Preferably lang may master's degree. Preferably lang may master's degree. So kung meron, mas maganda. Pero kung wala, pasok pa rin. Okay? And then, kailan lang pumapasok sa yung master's? Right? Wala kang PhD yung binabanggit dyan eh. Okay? Senior sup na pataas. Okay? Master's in Public Safety Administration or any other allied. Malapit. Okay, na master's degree. Pero usually, hindi na ganyan. Okay, kasi nga, di ba, ang dali-daling mag-enroll sa mga kung saan-saang mga schools ng postgraduate. Tawag natin dyan postgraduate studies. Mga masters and PhDs niyan. Dali-dali nang mag-enroll. Mas may pera ka, kaya mo yan. Mas mahirap pa yung college mo. Maniwala ka sa akin. Okay, mas mahirap pa yung college kaysa dyan sa mga yan. Okay, as long as you have, the proper resources, kayang-kaya niyong ilusod dyan mga masters or PhD. May kilala nga ako isang pulis, ang puta, lahat na yata kinuha eh. Tataka nga ako paano niya nakuha yun eh. Okay? Pero wala akong pakialam doon, di ba? That's his concern. Right? So, ganun lang naman yan. Madali lang yan. Okay? That's the easiest of the mandatory requirements. Okay? Next is completion of the appropriate. Ito, hindi ito pamigay. Kasi may schedule to, hindi naman to araw-araw, hindi naman to porque may pera ka, okay na, no? Alright? So dito, aantayin mo talaga to. JLC, SLC, OCC, kaya yung iba natatagalan for promotion kasi wala pa sila ng mga required. Yung mag-open kasi, hindi nag-take time to enroll, di ba? Hindi nila tinake advantage. Ngayon, bukas na yung promotion, hindi sila qualified. Okay? Kasi mandatory to. Right? So, start tayo sa Public Safety Basic Recruit Course. Sabi ko nga, di ba, PO1 to PO2, lusot na yan. SPO1, PO3, di ba, to SPO1, JLC mo, tapos tuloy-tuloy hanggang sa OSIC. Okay? So, yan yun. So, number 2, sir, check na rin ako dyan. Okay? Kasi papa-PO2 pa lang naman ako eh. Di ba? So, Basic Recruit Course eh. Pasok pa ako. So, check. Okay? And then next is time and grade. Ayan, in time and grade natin, this is the number of years required, okay, for a police officer to hold a certain rank before you can be promoted to the next higher rank bago ka makalundag. Dapat, ito yung pinaka-least number of years na hawakan mo yung posisyon bago ka mag-qualify to the next higher rank. Okay? So, PO1 to PO2, 2 years, right? And then, PO2 to PO3, 2 years ulit. Okay? And then, 3 years, 2 years, 2 years, 2 years, ayan. So on and so fucking forth. Okay? So, madali lang naman yan. Dos-dos, right? And then, tres-tres. There's actually a trick for it, you know. We'll teach you that pagdating sa final coaching and all. Right? So, madali lang yan. Okay, so, bakit ganun, sir? Nagtapos na tayo sa chief superintendent sa 1 star. Kasi hanggang doon lang gumagana yung time and grade. Okay? Kasi once you reach the star, rank, 'di ba? Wala nang time and grade na applicable. Pwede na siyang ma-promote to the next higher rank. Okay? Kasi mga presidential appointees na yung mga yan. So, hindi na applicable yung time in grade sa kanila. Pag nag-star rank ka na. Right? Dito lang sa mga ranggong ito applicable. Okay? So, as per NAPOLCOM Resolution Number 2030-501, yan yung nasusunod natin na tinatawag na time in grade. So, pag magpapapiyo to, sir, ako, kailangan naka 2 years lang, pwede na. Oo, pwede na. Wala namang problema. Kaso, time in grade pa lang nare-reach mo, baka nakakalimutan mo. Okay, may iba pang mga requirements. Okay? Tapos, usually, kahit naman nasa na yung 4, kung wala namang vacancy pa for the position, wala ka rin magagawa. Hindi pa umangat yung mga PO2 natin, paano ako magpapa-PO2? Yung mga PO2 natin, hindi pa umangat yung mga PO3, paano ako magpapa-PO3? Diba? Remember, okay, ang structure natin is a pyramid. Okay? Lumiliit na lumiliit habang tumataas. Ibig sabihin, kumukonti yung mga position habang tumataas. It's a pyramid. Until such time na doon sa pinakadulo, isang puntos na lang yan. Isang position, isang upuan na lang yung available at the very, peak. And that is the Director General. Kaya malami sa ilalim. Paliit ng paliit. Diba? Paliit ng paliit. Tapering yan. Okay? Parang cartridge case, diba? Tapered, okay? Based on shape. Right? Straight, right? And then bottleneck, and then you have your tapered. Mga ganyan, based on shape. Something like that. Alright? And then lastly is the appropriate eligibility. The required promotional examinations coming from the NAPOLCOM. So, kung hindi ka registered criminologist, dadaanan mo to. Okay? Every step of the way. PO1 to PO3 dapat meron kang police officer promotional exam. Okay? SPO1 to 4 dapat meron kang SPO promotional exam. Okay? Inspector to chief inspector dapat meron kang police inspector promotional exam. And then superintendent dapat meron kang police superintendent promotional exam. Pasa mo lahat yan. Good thing, registered criminologist ka, kaya you don't need that, right? Kasi exempted tayo. Okay? Ayan, no? Members of the bar, right? So, yung sila, di ba, yung mga lawyers natin, as per the memorandum circular, ligtas na sila, kasama tayo, tapos sinuport pa ng RA 11131. Okay? So, members of the bar and us, RCs, or RCRIMs rather, okay? Because our profession are germane, di ba? Likas na sa atin yan. Law enforcement na yan. Police functions, alam mo na yan. Right? We are no longer required to take the promotional exams up to the rank of superintendent. Okay? Hindi mo na kailangan yung number 4. So 1, 2, 3 na lang. Okay? For regular promotion. Okay? That's regular promotion. Now, what is special promotion, sir? The reason why it's called special, di ba? Regular, special, regular, special. Regular, meron kang dapat na ma-reach, okay, na requirements, 1, 2, 3, 4. Ito bakit special? Kasi kahit kulang-kulang yung 4 na yon, pwede ka pa rin ma-promote. Kaya nga special. Di ba? Merong special circumstance, special na pagkakataon na naganap. Okay? That's why it's called special promotion. Now, what is that? Okay? Special na pangyayari na yan, sir. Doon pumapasok yung kanina, yung subcategory. Special promotion can be meritorious or spot. Okay? Meritorious or spot promotion. Okay? Yun yung kung buhay ka. Okay? Either meritorious or spot. Paano kung namatay ka? It becomes an award. Kasi hindi ka na pwede ma-promote eh. Patay ka na. Right? It becomes an award. So, ganun siya. Yun yung magiging subcategory. Yeah. Okay? So, what is special promotion, sir? It's granted to someone, okay, a police officer who have exhibited, nagpakitang gilas ka, acts of conspicuous. Ano yung conspicuous, sir? Yung talagang kitang-kita. Okay? Hindi yung ginagawa mo lang yung normal na trabaho mo bilang pulis. Hindi ganon. Okay? There is conspicuous display of courage and gallantry at the risk of your life. Tinaya mo talaga yung buhay mo. Okay? You've exhibited, right? What, sir? Conspicuous courage and gallantry at the risk of your life. Okay? Above and beyond the call of duty, meaning above and beyond, meaning kahit lampas ka na, di ba, sa regular duty hours mo. Okay? Even if you're on off duty. Okay? Conspicuous courage, ito yung sinasabi ko kanina, hindi naman to yung normal lang. Alam mo yun? Naka-duty ka, nang habol ka ng snatcher, holdupper, hindi, that's part of your job. Okay? Pero kung hinabol mo, nakasalumuha mo holdupper, animal, di ba? 5 sila, mag-isa ka lang. Then it becomes conspicuous courage. May difference yun. Okay? Hindi yung naka-duty ka, di ba? Nakasama mo yung body mo, nakatambay ka, may sumigaw. Snatcher, nabol mo. Palagay mo ba, papasok yan sa special promotion? So, conspicuous courage yun. Okay? May patalim siya eh. Hindi Okay? Normal na parte ng buhay mo bilang pulis eh. Di ba? Kung araw-araw may snatcher dyan, araw-araw kailangan mo habulin yan eh. Right? Pero gaano kadalas yung merong 5 snatcher dyan, puta may dalang granada. Yeah? 5 snatcher dyan, may dalang, ang tawag natin doon? M4s. Right? Hindi yun normal. Doon pumapasok yan sinasabi natin na conspicuous courage. Kasi kahit alam mo na ikamamatay mo, sige, pinairal mo pa rin yung katangahan mo. Responde ka pa rin. Okay? So that is courage that is clearly distinguished. Okay? Talagang makikilala above others in the performance of one's duty na kung ibang tao yan, puta malamang hindi niya yan gawin. Okay? Above others in the performance. Kumpara mo sa ibang tao, hindi niya yan gagawin. Yun yung sinasabing conspicuous courage. Ibig sabihin, mas tanga ka. Parang ganun. Okay? Kasi kung iba yan, hindi gagawin. Di ba? Parang, dami nyo, no? Nik-nik. Right? Mag-isa lang ako, tapos 9mm to. Dala-dala nyo, nga haba. Oh. Right? So, may ganun. Acts of conspicuous courage. Ano yung mga considered? Kasi nga sabi ko, hindi naman lahat eh. Porkit responde ka, conspicuous courage na hindi. Ito yung listahan. Okay? So, number 1 is yung tinatawag natin na personal bravery, personal sacrifice, di ba? Above and beyond the call of duty. Yan yun. So, ano yung mga following circumstances na nagpo-fall dyan? Okay? Hindi yung normal na paghabol lang eh. Overwhelming yung number of enemies. Hinabol ko, sir, pero ang lintik, 3 pala sila. Ay, mag-isa lang ako. Yan. Pumapasok yun. Okay? Kaya yung pinaka-typical, di ba, yung sa mga public utility vehicles, yung mga holdapan. Ganun yun. Okay? Kasi usually, diba, hindi ka naka-duty, minsan wala ka pang baril, right? Yun. Pwede pumasok kasi yung paragraph A, magagamit mo. Overwhelming number of enemies, sir. Mag-isa lang ako, sir, 2, 3, 4, 5 sila eh. Firepower capability, di ba? Sir, wala akong dalang baril. Yung time na yun, sila meron. Right? Paano mo ginawa yun? Hindi ko alam. Gamit tirador. Okay. So, ano pa? Infiltration and penetration of safe houses. Okay, in hideouts of organized crime syndicates. Diba, sir, normal yun? Hindi normal yun. Puta, tingnan dito, organized crime syndicates. Okay? Heavily armed yung mga yan. Right? Hindi yan basta-basta. Kaya they consider it, diba, na acts of bravery. Kasi pwede na after the operation, lagas kayo. After the operation, arangisap, diba? No, legitimate operation naman yun. Hindi lang legitimate is yung mga signatories nila during that time. Okay? Pero it's an actual legitimate operation, diba? Gawain talaga ng SAF yan eh. Yung nga lang, yung sa signing authorities natin at that time, hindi. Okay? Kasi, di ba, wala si Chief PNP ng time na yon, di ba, yung mga ganyan. Doon nagkaroon ng bullshit. Right? Pero the operation is, legitimate. Kung natapos nila yon, it would have fallen, under, di ba? Yun, naging fallen nga sila kasi namatay. Pero kung nabuhay sila, it would have fallen under this. Acts of conspicuous courage and gallantry, promoted sila agad-agad to the next higher rank. Okay? Shootout, ito yung pinaka-common. Shootout and robbery hold-up incidents, di ba, in public places. Ayan. Pag-responde natin sa mga ganyan. Shootouts. Okay? Ano pa? Conduct of rescue or disaster operations. So, hindi pala lagi, sir, kailangan may namatay. Kasi letter D, may nailigtas. Okay? Conduct of rescue and disaster operations that resulted in the saving of lives and properties. Yan. I remember the time nung bago pa lang ako nung time na yun eh. Nagkaroon ng problema sa Malacanang. Kaya yung mga senior namin, they were asked to defend Malacanang kasi pinapasok na ng mga tao. Diba? They were asked to defend Malacanang. So lahat ng mga PO1 na nando doon, after that, they were mass promoted to PO2. Okay? Kasi pumasok yung letter D. Conduct of rescue disaster operations that resulted in the saving of lives and properties. That's Malacanang. Diba? Na binantayan nila, pinapasok ng mga tao. Alright? So hindi naman kailangan may mamatay. Okay? Yung pagliligtas is also tantamount. Ano ibig sabihin ng tantamount? It is equivalent then to acts of conspicuous courage and gallantry. Okay? An act of heroism exhibited in the face of an armed enemy or in the conduct of rescue disaster resulting in the loss of life. So namatay. It becomes posthumous award. It is awarded to you. Hindi na siya counted as promotion because promotion means the upgrading of ranks. Diba? Hindi ko na ma-upgrade yung rank mo, patay ka na eh. Diba? Kasi you're no longer in service. So it becomes an award. Okay? Ina-award na lang yan, okay, to the family members. Ganun yung nangyayari. Kaya it's called the posthumous award. Although sa exams, lumalabas pa rin ang posthumous promotion. Wala namang problema. Okay? Pero you have to know na yun yung tamang tawag talaga sa kanya, posthumous award. So you failed to mention kanina yung difference between meritorious and spot. Okay, meritorious and spot is the same. Okay, meron kang ginawang acts of conspicuous courage. What's the only difference? Meritorious is yung typical na acts of gallantry. Nagiging spot promotion siya, yung sinasabi lang ng on the spot na promote ka is if it comes to the knowledge of the President of the Philippines. If for some reason, nalaman ni Presidente yung nangyari, then you can be promoted right there and then. Okay? Yung mismong araw na yun, yung mismong oras na yun na kinatatayuan mo, nakarating kay Presidente yung naganap, then it can become a spot promotion. Sabi niya, oh, galing nito. Diba? Sino to si Cardo na to? Diba? Promote mo nga yan to the next higher rank. Pwede yun. Kasi it's the President of the Philippines saying. Diba? Based on dun sa act of conspicuous courage mo. Paano sa hindi mo nakarating sa kanya? Eh? Gusto ko pa rin ma-promote, diba? Para dun kasi ginawa namin acts of conspicuous courage. I-apply niyo yan sa NAPOLCOM. Yun yung meritorious. Yung meritorious yung spot, pareho lang yan. Diba? Special promotion. Bakit, sir? Kasi kahit meron ka pang namimiss dun sa apat, halimbawa, yung timing grade o yung promotional exam, wala ka pa, diba? Pwede ka pa rin ma-promote. Bawa, spot promotion. Nag-speech si Presidente, may naganap na krimen, puta, rumisponde ka, naligtas mo. Diba? Nakita ni Presidente, anong kaguluhan yan? Siya, si PO2 TARLE, ganyan-ganito, puta, niligtas yung inold up, diba? Hinostage na bata, 14 yung patay, diba? Yung mga old upper or what na. Wow, galing oh. Promote mo nga yung ulol na yan, diba? O, PO3 ka na, right there and there. Eh, wala ka pang timing grade, di ka pa nag-exam, diba? Wala ka pang mandatory schooling. Bababali lahat yun. Kaya nga special. Okay, promotion yung tawag sa kanya. Okay? That's posthumous award naman if, in any case, the person who commits the conspicuous act of courage dies, diba, before you are promoted. So it becomes what we call posthumous award. Post kasi means pagkatapos. Humus, meaning human, diba, your human life. So after human life, na namatay ka. Okay? Yun yung tinatawag na posthumous award. So hopefully we don't come to that. Diba? Ang goal nyo lang is regular promotion and then yung special promotion. Doon lang kayo na to. Okay? Huwag na yan. Parang tanga. And the promotion by virtue of possession, di nyo naman mararanasan to. Kasi these are for key possessions. Mga matataas na possessions lang yan. Okay? So, hindi ka kasali dyan. So, how does it work, sir? And will it be possible na makasalubong ko sa board exams? Yes. Okay? So, a PNP personnel who's holding a key possession. Mataas ha? Okay? Hindi yan basta-basta. So, who's holding a key possession, right, and whose rank is lower than that which is required for such possession shall, after 6 months of occupying the same, be entitled to rank adjustment corresponding to the possession. Like for example, ang pinaka-classic and common example nito is the NCRPO director. NCRPO director, yan ang pinaka-common. Kasi lahat ng mga directors natin for the regions, diba, sabi ko nga, chief superintendent yan, 1-star general. Kaso for some reason, ang NCRPO, ang requirement niya 2-star. So, anong mangyayari? Ang ilalagay, dahil regional director yan, 1 star lang. Pwede na. Kasi region siya eh. National Capital Region, di ba? Region 1, Region 2. Pare-pareho lang. So, ang ilalapag as the head is a 1-star general. Kaso, ang NCR for director, di ba, ang requirement ng rank 2-star. So, ano mangyayari? Give him 6 months, walang kailangan gawin si sir. Gagana to. Promotion by virtue of possession. After 6 months of occupying that position, he is entitled to rank adjustment for the position. Kaya, ang swerte ng umuupo na yung CRPO director. Kasi lahat ng kasabayan mong director sa mga regions, mananatiling 1-star. Pero ikaw, dahil sa NCR ka napunta, CRPO ka, after 6 months of occupying the same, you are entitled to rank adjustment. Kasi your position requires you to have 2-star. Gagana ngayon siya. Promotion by virtue of position. That's how it goes. Okay? During service, whether promoted or not, each PNP personnel is subject to performance evaluation. Tama naman. Diba? Dito nakabase yung mga bonuses natin. Diba? Mid-year bonus in May, year-end bonus in November. Yan, dyan nakabase yan sa performance evaluation. Okay? So, meron tayong performance evaluation done twice a year. Kasi every 6 months, from January to June is the first, and then from July to December is the second. Now, how will I be evaluated, sir? There's an evaluation system adopted by the PNP, and it is focused on 2 areas. Admin, 40%, and then operational, 60%. Okay? So, total 100%. Passing still 75%. So, ganun lang naman siya. Okay? So, usually gumagawa niyan yung mga supervisors natin, di ba? Yung mga sergeants natin. You'll be evaluated. Wala namang mga bagsak na. Okay? Not unless talagang palpak ka, incompetent ka. Okay? So, pera yung nakasalalay dyan. Mataas, then you get higher bonus. Mababa, you get lower bonus. Kanya. May mga increments kasi. Okay? That's the performance evaluation system or the PES. Welfare compensation, and benefits in the PNP. Okay, so ito medyo mabilis na lang ako rito. So salary grade still is 10. Okay, ang nabago is yung amount attached to the salary grade 10. Okay, because of the salary standardization law. So sa SSL natin, I think we have SSL 5 na. Okay, parang dime best ng pinalitan. The last one is inabot ko SSL 4 pa. Sweldo namin ng 14,000 lang. Puta na. Buti ngayon, okay, PO1 is 29,000 na. Okay, so SG sir pareho pa rin. Yes, natili pa rin siya sa SG10. Pero yung equivalent amount ng SG10 na nabago. Naging 29,668 as compared to before na 14,000 lang something. Right? So tandaan niya yan. So ano pa sir, mapapala ko. You get a longevity pay of 10% for every 5 years of active service. So habang tumatagal ka sa PNP, there's an increase of 10%. Kahit wala kang ginagawa. And for the first 5 years, there is an increase of 10% on top of your basic salary. So if you're getting 29,668, whatever is 10% of that, additional yun sa'yo. After 5 years. Paano sir kung 10 years na na-promote na ako? Ang question is, ano nang rango mo para makita natin ano na yung basic salary mo? And whatever that basic salary is, naman, na-promote ka na for some reason to SPO1. Diba? After 10 years. Magkano na yung basic salary ni SPO1, then it'll become 20%. Bakit naging 20%, sir? Kala ko ba 10% lang? Kasi for every 5 years, you increase. 10 years ka na in active service, di ba? For the first 5 years, right, that's 10%, naka 10 years ka na. So you'll be getting 20%. Saan kukunin yung computation 20%, sir? Whatever is your current rank, the basic salary of that, okay, will be the basis of computation para doon sa longevity pay mo or pagi, ang tawagin. Okay? So, yun yung tinatawag natin na longevity pay. Ngayon, ang longevity pay, meron niyang limit. Hindi na pwede lumampas yan ng 50%. Okay? So, ang guide mo is, it is 10% for every 5 years, okay, up to a maximum of 50% of the basic pay. Hindi siya po pwedeng lumampas dyan. Yan yung longevity pay mo. Okay, so SG10 amount 29,668, and then I get yung tinatawag natin na longevity pay, which is 10% for every 5 years up to a maximum of 50%. And then ano pa, sir? Meron ka pang subsistence allowance, okay? Quarters allowance, clothing allowance, hazard pay, at kung ano pang ibang allowances na, deemed purposeful and also possible based on the budget, di ba? Kasi may mga local na nagbibigay ng extra allowance. Local government, I mean, di ba? Office of the Mayor, ganyan, if they have the funds for it. Okay, so before, ayan, that's an example. Ang base pay lang natin is 14,834. Masipin mo, di ba? Yan lang ang basic salary mo, iho. Okay, 14,834. 14,000. Okay? Salamat sa changes na nangyari, di ba? Base pay now is 29,660. So you just imagine, di ba? Base pay pa lang, laki na ng diferensya. That's basically 100% increase. Okay? Kung titingnan mo sweldo, napakaswerte nyo ngayon. That's a 100% increase. Why 100%? Sir? Dinoble yan eh. 14,834 times 2. Diba? 29,668. So that is 100% increase. 100% increase ang tinaas ng salary ng police. Hindi ng police, the Tri-Bureau. Okay? Fire officers as well as the jail officers. Napakaswerte nyo ngayon because you will be starting off with what? 29,000 as your basic salary. Tapos dagdag mo pa lahat yan. Pera, personal economic relief, allowance, longevity pay, wala pa kasi 5 years pa yung papalo. Your hazard pay, quarter allowance, additional allowances and all. Di ba? More than 30,000 plus ka. Okay? Wala pang wala pang subsistence allowance. Mapalo na almost 4,000. Okay? So that's what? Roughly 38,000 in a month. Less taxes and fees. May malinis ka. Okay? Na 30,000. Sabihin na lang natin, halimbawa, in a month. Daig mo pa yung mga managers. Managers, magkano lang sinasweldo? Wala pang 30,000 yan naman. Depende sa institution. Okay? So before, ang take-home pay nila is 9,000 lang. Ayan. Every cut-off. Diba? Pagpunta mo sa land bank, ATM pa. Diba? 9,000. May mga deduction pa yan. Okay? Pero ngayon, pagpunta mo sa ATM, what? You can withdraw 15,000. Okay? Or more than 15,000 kasi hindi mo exact yung computation ko. Diba? In 15 or every 2 weeks. Sipin mo. Kaya puro sila NMAX eh. Diba? Kasi doblado yung sweldo. Kaya-kaya mo suportahan. That's what I mean. Okay? So, for the new salaries, ayan. Okay? So, the PO1 is at 29,668. Okay? PO2 is at 30,000 and then by increments tumataas siya. Okay, so the Police Director General gets 150,000 a month. Okay, 149,785. Okay, so yun yung natatanggap niya. But we're talking about, the basic salary. Hindi kasama dyan yung mga kung ano-ano pa, diba, na paratingan or what not na meron sa buhay mo bilang isang police. Okay? Pero walang diskarte, walang katarantaduhan. Pwede na yan. Usually, single ka naman, di ba? Pagka nag-PO1 ka, okay, 30,000 net salary in a month, hindi na masama. Okay, kung marunong ka sa pera, dadami na yan. Okay, maayos yung takbo ng buhay. Right. What's this? PPPD. Tandaan nyo to. Bakit? Lumabas din yan. Last exam, labas yan. Okay? Yung total permanent physical disability na yan. Okay? You could ask, yung mga nag-exams, and they'll remember, tama, so lumabas yung question na yan. Permanent physical disability na yan. There's a question about it. Okay, the last board exams. So total permanent physical disability is the impairment to the body. Okay, the actual question, if I remember it correctly, is ayan mismo. What do you call yung impairment to the body na yan? Okay, and the correct answer is physical disability. Ganun nakalatag yung tanong the last time. Okay, so pakitandaan yan. Total permanent physical disability or TPPD, okay, means impairment of the body which renders you, okay, indefinitely, hindi na natin malalaman kung mababawi pa ba o hindi na, di ba? Kung makaka-recover ka pa ba o hindi na. Yun yung ibig sabihin na indefinitely. Renders you, okay, a PNP personnel indefinitely incapable, hindi mo na kayang gampanan. Substantially performing the mandated duties and functions of your position. Substantially, in terms of substantially, kailan dinidiscuss ko siya, indefinitely, hindi natin alam kung okay ka pa after a year, 2 years, 3 years, ganyan. So, wala talagang time frame. And substantially, hindi mo na talaga magagampanan. Siya naputulan ako daliri, hindi yan substantial. Kasi when siya substantial, marami. So dito, ginamit siya sa salita na yan, substantially performing. Hindi mo na talaga magagampanan yung karamihan or bulk ng trabaho mo bilang isang pulis. Hindi na talaga uubra. Okay? Putol isang kamay mo. Hindi pa yan substantially kasi may isa ka pa, maayos ka pa, kaya mo pa mag-perform. Pwede ka pang panatiliin eh. Yung sinasabi natin dito, substantially performing, hindi na talaga uubra. Right? Tapos, checkin natin, di, baka makarecover pa siya, mag-ano tayo, di ba? Rehab. Right? Physical rehabilitation. Indefinitely. Kasi we cannot say kung after 2 years, makaka-recover or what. So, what the PNP will do is put you under total permanent physical disability na lang. Okay? So, ano mangyayari ron, sir? Para kang pinag-retire. Ang mangyayari is, you will now have, okay, a lifetime pension. Okay? Lifetime pension equivalent to 80% of whatever it is your last salary. So, paano, sir, kung halimbawa, na-PPPD ako, dito, sa SPO3 na ako, sir. Rento, di ba? SPO3, 34,761. Doon ka na PPPD. So, whatever is 80% of that, magiging lifetime pension mo na yun. Okay? Yun yung tinatawag natin na PPPD. Okay? So, pensionado ka na kasi nga, permanently disabled ka na because of the performance of duty. Paano, sir, non-performance of duty? Ibig sabihin, na-aksidente ka, labas. Hindi. Kailangan, nangyari siya while performing your mandated duties and functions as a law enforcer. Okay? So, ano mangyayari, sir? Again, you will get 80% of your last salary, whatever it is, kung nasaan ka na rango, as your lifetime pension. And then, you're also entitled to immediately a 1-year salary. Meron kang 1 year. Bakit bibigay yung for 1 year mo? Kasi nga, di ka na makakapagtrabaho, di ba? So, parang pondo mo yan. Okay? So, 1 year salary plus lifetime pension of 80% of your last salary. Okay? Last I heard is even the Napolcom will be giving parang 80% as well. So, parang doble. But I don't know. I really don't know. Okay? If you have someone from the Napolcom, I think sila, sir, know that probably. Okay, you can ask them. Okay, yung isang part na yan, yung 80% na yan. Kasi baka mamaya parang bakit dalawa, di ba? You're supposed to be getting one lang, walang double compensation eh, parang gano'n. Okay? But what is clear is that you will get 1 year salary immediately. Okay, agad-agad yan, mabilis. And then, lifetime pension ka na 80% of your last salary. If you become permanently, physically disabled. Okay? Lastly, retirement program. So, syempre, pagtapos ko sa retirement, magsa-second part na ako, di ba? Records Management Division na tayo. That's the last part. So, retirement program natin. What is retirement? Separation of the police personnel from the service by reason of, ito lang yung mga sumusunod, reaching the age of retirement provided for by law, which is 56 sa atin, di ba? And, or, completion of a certain number of years in the active service, and that is 20 years. Okay? So, pwede ka mag-retire. Right? Either, naganap yung pangalawang sentence dyan, completion of a certain number of years in active service, that is 20 years, or reaching the age of retirement provided for by law, which is 56 years old. Okay? So, a PNP uniformed personnel shall retire to the next higher rank for purposes of retirement pay. Linawin ko lang ha. A PNP uniformed personnel shall retire to the next higher rank for purposes only of retirement pay. So hindi na pala tayo na po-promote. So hindi na. Gunggong ka ba? Nag-retire ka na eh. Ba't mo po-promote ka pa? Promotion is for those who are still in service. Diba? So yung pagtaas ng rango is only for purposes of retirement pay. Okay? So pag nag-retire ka captain, you are a retired captain. Okay? Hindi sir, retired major ako. Hindi ka retired major, captain. Okay? Yung major is only the basis of computation para sa retirement pay mo. Okay? Pero if you retired as a captain, you are a retired captain. You are a retired major for that matter. Hindi rin tataas. Okay? Kaso for the basis of computing your retirement pay, binabase nila yan sa susunod na rango. Pero as far as you're concerned, hindi tumaas yung rango mo. Bakit? Retirement to, oy, hindi promotion. Okay, ba't ganun sir yung mga kakilala namin? Diba kasi sir, diba, ganito, retired, ganyan. Well, irespeto na lang natin, diba, mga matatanda na yan, ng mga police officers, diba, bigay na natin sa kanila yon. Pero for board exam purposes, that is not the case. Okay, that is wrong information. You are no longer promoted to the next higher rank. What if the chief PNP retires? Tanungin kita. What if the chief PNP retires? O, saan mo siya ilalagay? Sino pa ba susunod sa chief PNP? Sige nga, Aber. Kung nagpo-promote tayo kapag nag-retire, di ba wala ka ng paglalagyan? Di ba? What if the deputies retire? Si chief of the directorial staff, 3-star. Di ba? Deputy director for ops and for administration, pare-parehong 3-star. What if they retire? Magwawar ng hire ka, magiging 4-star, edi naging chief PNP, nag-retire, naging chief PNP kasi 4-star. That does not happen. Right? So there's no promotion when you retire. For purposes of retirement pay only, kaya kinikilala yan. So if I retire, di ba, ng SPO4, I am a retired SPO4. But for the computation of my retirement pay, susunod na rango ang bibilangin. I hope that's clear. Okay? Now, active service shall refer to the services rendered as an officer, non-officer, cadet, trainee, or draftee in the PNP. So, kailan magsisimula active service mo? Kasi there are, di ba, a number of years that needs to be counted para pumasok ka sa retirement. Bakit, sir? Kasi kapag hindi ka pumasok dyan sa requirement na yan, yung age, 56, o kaya a certain number of years, which is 20, hindi ka retired. Tatawagin kang separated from service. You know what's the difference? Wala kang lifetime pension. Kasi separated ka lang from service, hindi ka naman retired. Hindi yan lifetime pension. Yun yung pinagkaiba, no? So, kailan magsisimula yun? Sabi ko nga, the oath taking is your first day. So, from there, tsaka mo yan bilangin onwards. Okay? So, I have 3 types of retirement in the PNP, sir. Tandaan mo lang, kapag umalis ka na ng kumpanya, whatever it is, di ba nangingin ka COE? Basta umalis ka na, di ba, nangingin ka COE. And that is what is for retirement as well. COE, compulsory. C, for compulsory. O, optional. And then E, early. Okay? Compulsory retirement, optional retirement, and early retirement programs. Okay? So, number 1 and 2, yan ang talagang totoong retirement. Okay? Legit yan na retirement talaga. So, when you say compulsory retirement, you get separated from the service at the age of 56. Compulsory. Meaning, sa ayaw at sa gusto mo, lalabas ka ng servisyo. Okay, at the age of 56, kahit na malakas ka pa, whatever it is, di ba? At the age of 56, you will be retired. Kasi nga, compulsory yan. Okay? And then, the other one naman, ayaw mo nang umabot, di ba? Doon sa edad na yun, na 56, gusto mo nang manahimik, right? Early in your life, you want to make sure that you've rendered at least 20 years of active service, then qualified ka for optional retirement. Okay, mga tito ko yan, nag-optional retirement na lang para manahimik na yung buhay nila. Lalo na nung kasagsagan ng tukhang. Okay, we have friends and relatives na nagsipag-optional retirement na para wag nang madamay pa sa tukhang. Kasi syempre, di ba, pag wala na si presidente, ayan na, sunod-sunod na yung mga problema. Wawa naman. So, nagsipag-retire na sila. And they've decided to take advantage of optional retirement. Okay? Kasi naka 20 years naman na lahat sila. Okay? And what is early retirement program, sir? If in any case, kailangan mo lumabas ng PNP, okay, meron kang choice itong tinatawag na early retirement program. For example, you want to migrate to the States or any other, country, di ba? Sabi mo, iiwan mo na, kaso sayang naman, i-reach mo lang at least 10 years bago ka umalis, papasok ka rito sa early retirement program. Okay, so whether you are an officer or non-officer, the count is 10 years. Okay, you may retire and be paid separation benefits nga lang. Separation benefits, di ba? So it's not really retirement eh. Separation benefits lang. So they'll be computing kung magkano yung dapat bayaran sa'yo, okay, for 10 years, pero the computation will be based 2 ranks higher. Kasi dito sa dalawa, sa compulsory retirement at saka optional retirement, the computation will be based 1 rank higher lang. Di ba? Pero dito, sa early retirement program, the computation will be based 2 ranks higher. So kung SPO1 mo ginawa yan, 2 and 3, doon gaganapin. Sa 3, gaganapin yung basis of computation sa'yo. Okay? So, paano ko ito tatandaan, sir, yung COE na yan? By the number. Okay? Compulsory, 56. Optional, 20. And then, early, 10. Okay? So, 10, 20, and 56. Yan yung guide mo dyan. Okay? For the types of retirement in DPN. Okay? So, at the age of 56, right? Then yung pinakamataas na bilang, pinakamatanda yan. Okay. So, that's for the age. Okay? And then, 20. Okay? Nasa gitna. Diba? Between 10 and 20 times 20. Ayan. It's in the middle. Optional retirement. Then last is early. Pinakamababa doon sa tatlong bilang mo. Early. Diba? Pinakauna. That's 10 years. Okay? So that is the type of retirement in DPNP. Now, when you retire, what do you get? Of course. Okay? Retirement benefits. Lifetime pension. And what is included in that? 50% of your base pay and longevity pay kasama dyan. So 50% of your base pay and longevity pay for the retired grade in case of 20 years. So ano makukuha ko daw, sir? Una, 50%, okay, ng retirement pay mo, okay, will be based on what, sir? The retired grade. So balik tayong konti para magkaroon ka ng example, okay, sa isip mo illustration, okay? Una makukuha mo 50%. Ng ano, sir? Balikan ko yung kanina. Yan. So, saan ka nag-retire, sir? Sabi nga natin, for example, you retired dito sa police inspector. Di ba magwa 1 rank higher tayo? So, the basis of computation will be police senior inspector, yung 56,582. Okay? So, ano sabi ron, sir? You'll be getting 50% of the base pay of the retired grade. Ano ba retired grade ko, sir? Police senior inspector. Okay? Pero nag-retire ako as inspector, di ba? So, agad-agad, makukuha mo yung half, di ba? 50% of that amount. Agad-agad, yun. Meron kang 56,582 divided by 2. So, whatever the amount is, may nak sa mate. Computation na lang. Okay, so 56,582, di ba? Whatever it is, 50% of that, yun yung unang makukuha mo. Okay? And then longevity pay. Eh, saan babase yun? Diyan din sa retired grade. So, nakailan taong ka? Let's just say naka 21 years ka of active service. So, ilan yung longevity pay mo? Diba? 5, 10, 15, 20. So, 4 na 10. 10, 20, 30, 40%. 40% ng ano yun, sir? Ng retired grade. So, kunin mo yung 40% ng 56,582. Okay? Kung magkano man yon. Example lang. Okay? 40% nung 56,582 mo, di ba? 30,000. Tapos 50,000, di ba? 50 something thousand. Masyado malaki yung binigay ko. 28,000 yung 50%. Diba? 28,000. Sabihin natin ng 40% niya, di ba? Nasa 20,000 lang. So ano na yung meron ka? Yung 50%, meron ka ng 28,000. Tapos yung 40% sa longevity pay mo may 20,000. So ano na nakukuha mo? 48,000 na. 'Di ba? So nasa 48,000 na. Ganon. Okay, yun yung mapapala mo. Ito yung sinasabi diyan. 50% tapos longevity pay. Tapos na ba yan, sir? Hindi pa. Kasi meron ka pang 2.5%. Saan man gagaling 2.5%, sir? If you go over 20 years. Eh naka 21 ako, sir, doon sa example mo eh. O, di may additional ka 2.5%. Okay? For every year of active service rendered beyond 20 years. Basta, after the computation, lagi mo tatandaan para yang longevity pay. Okay? Kahit gano'n ka katagal abutin sa serbisyo, minsan kasi pwede mo malampasan eh. Di ba? Halimbawa, ilang ka? 5, 10, 15, 20 years. Ilan na yan? 50, 40% na yan, di ba? 10, 20, 30, 40%. Naka 25 years ka na sa active service. 50% na yan. Okay? Paano kung naka 30 years ako, sir? Kasi bata ako nagpulis eh. Nasa 30 years na ako. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Dapat 60% na longevity pay ko. Ulol. May limit. Hanggang 50% lang. na pwede mo makuha. Ganun din dito. Okay, sa retirement benefits mo. Maximum ka ng 90% lang ng kung ano man, 'di ba? Yung salary ng retired grade. Hindi po pwedeng malampasan mo 'yun. Parang hindi ka pa rin umalis ng PNP, walang sweldo mo active pa rin. Okay, so up to a maximum ng 90%. Okay, para do sa retirement benefits. Usually naman up to 36 years yan. Okay, yung computation. Or if there are instances na lumalampas pa dyan, mananaig yung 90%. Okay, that's how it goes. Alright, so tatlo lang yung gusto ko matandaan nyo dyan, basically. Okay, so ano yun, sir? Yung unang makukuha mo, right? 50%. And then, apat pala, kasi sama natin yung 90%. So una, parang longevity pay, di ba? So for every 5 years, 10%, maximum 50%. Okay? Dito naman, sa retirement benefits, what will I be getting, sir? 50% of the base pay and then longevity pay. Okay? Saan ibabase yan? Retired grade. Right? And then, 2.5% for every year over 20 years. Eh, paano, sir, kung naka 23 years ako, sobra ako 3. Di 2.5 times 3. May additional ka 7.5%. Okay? Tapos, lastly, yung pang-apat is, ano yung maximum? Up to maximum of 90%. Kaya yan yung mga bagay na gusto kong tandaan. Wag niyo na aralin paano kumpitin. Hindi naman tayo nagpapakompute na yan sa board. Dati, kami, mayroon. Pero ngayon wala na. Okay? Hindi ko na nakikita na nagpapakompute pa sila ng ganyan. So, hindi mo na kailangan problemahin. Alright? And that's the last part. Okay? Nag-retire ka na eh. Di ba? Sabi ko nga, from, di ba, recruitment to retirement. So that completes, okay, yung personal management part of the discussion. Okay, you were recruited into service, okay, and then later on, you retired from service. Ayan, so natapos yung takbo mo. Okay, so DPRM na nag-process sa'yo, sino yun, sir? Si RSD, okay, the Recruitment and Selection Division. Now, we'll be talking about records management. And this one is taken care of naman by DPRM still, but it's the RMD, Records Management Division. Okay, so if you guys are still up, I hope you guys are still awake. Ito na yung last part natin. Ilang slides na lang to. Okay, konti na lang to. Alright, so these are the important things na lang na gusto kong matandaan ninyo when it comes to records management. Hindi naman kasi masyado na natatanong ibang part dito. Okay, so who takes care of it still? Sabi nga natin, it's the DPRM, specifically the RMD, Records Management Division. Bakit, sir? Kasi meron tayong tinatawag na PNP Personal Records Management Manual of 2008. And based on that manual, inutusan tayo that the PNP needs to establish a centralized, okay? So anong klaseng records management system ang sinusunod natin? Centralized. Kasi meron mamaya centralized, decentralized. So which one do we use? Centralized, okay? Meaning all of our records are located in one place. Okay, centralized records management system. And we need to create, maintain, protect, and preserve records both in physical and electronic form. Okay, kaya may digital file tayo ng lahat ng records and then may hard copies tayo ng lahat ng records, di ba? Yung pinasa mong folder, the reason why pinagpapasa kayo ng folder in multiple copies, hindi lang isa, kasi one of the copies is given to, okay, the DPRM for safekeeping, yung hard copy na yan. And then all of those things get scanned, right? Para meron siyang digital copy or digital file to be saved, okay, on a computer. All right? Yun yung electronic form na tinatawag natin. Okay, so who does that, sir? Sino gumagawa niyan? The Records Management Division. Okay, they're the ones in charge of the implementation of a PNP-wide, okay, buong Pilipinas yan, basta PNP ka, maintenance, storage, disposition of personal records. Sila lahat. Kuha ka ID mo, na PNP ID, sila yan. Everything. Okay, with regards to your application documents and all, sila yan. Okay, so the RMD is headed by a division chief, okay, with the minimum rank requirement of police senior superintendent, so police colonel yan, assisted by 2 division chiefs, okay, with the rank of superintendent, okay, lieutenant colonels. Right? Now, just a bit of, discussion about records. Okay, what is a record, diba? Ano yan? And record cycle. So, when you say record, it's anything right, na holds information about something. Basically anything. It can be a piece of paper, can be a leaf na sinulatan mo, right? Can be anything basically, parang document, 'di ba? Sa criminal 64 nyo, question document, can be anything, right? That holds information. So it goes through a process na kung tawagin natin the record cycle. Okay? So ito yung tinatawag na birth to death cycle. So mula nang magawa siya hanggang sa mawala siya. Okay? So the lifespan of the records is from the creation to the final disposition. So this is how it goes. Okay, first is the birth or the creation. Let's just take, for example, your, ano ba pinaka-closest? Oh, your handouts. Yan, di ba? That's a record. Record of what has been discussed, right? So that's a record. So yan ang example natin para hindi na tayo lumayo. So birth or creation, the period during which the record is created and comes into existence. So one of your lecturers, specifically me and all the other lecturers, di ba? Nag-isip kami, nagsulat kami, yan. Tada! I have this copy, okay, of a handout. That's birth or creation. Okay, next step sa buhay niya is records maintenance and use. Okay? Kumbaga, ikaw sa tao, pinanganak ka, tapos ngayon, ito na, gumagana na yung takbo ng buhay mo, yung midlife, di ba, sa gitna. Okay, mula pagkabata, tatanda, ganyan, adult, right? So, sa records maintenance and use, yun yung part ng buhay ng document. So, yun yung ginagamit siya. Okay? So, habang ginagamit mo pa yan, yan yung tinatawag na active life of the record. So, katulad ngayon, di ba? Gamitin pa siya kasi nagre-review ka pa eh. So, that is active life. Under the records maintenance and use, pumapalo siya doon sa kanyang active life. And then there will come a time na hindi mo na siya ginagamit. Papasok siya doon sa inactive life niya. Okay? So, ano susunod, sir? Kapag pumasok na siya doon sa inactive life niya, di ba? Tapos na yung records maintenance and use. Kasi I'm no longer maintaining it, I'm no longer using it. Kasi inactive na. Pero nung una, di ba, I am maintaining it, I am using it. So, nando siya sa active life. Eh, nakapasa ka na sa board exam eh. Di ba? Okay na. Right? So, nag-inactive life na siya. So, number 3 muna, classification. Ano yan, sir? Di ba iaayos mo yan? Kasi ang pangit naman, itatabi mo yan sa isang box, wala sa labat, bahalo-halo. So, what you usually do is iaayos mo yan. Okay, you will get individual folders, Leia. Tapos Leia 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. CLJ, sa isang po. CLJ 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ganyan. Classification. Diba? Kina-classify mo. Ngayon, naiayos mo na siya. Right? Na-classified mo na siya ng matino. Okay? Nilagay mo na doon sa mahiwagang box mo. It's now ready for number 4. Storage. Tinabi mo sa ilalim ng kama mo. Diba? Kung meron kang bed frame, ganyan. Sa ilalim, sa ibabaw ng aparador. Okay? Yun yung tinatawag na storage. Okay, number 5 is what we call retrieval. Retrieval, meaning the act of taking out a record from the storage for reference purposes. Bakit, sir? Who knows? Okay, gusto mo basahin ulit, to brush up, balikan mo, ganyan. O kaya, a friend is asking, uy, pero naman ako ng mga handouts po, maganda yan, diyan ka pumasa eh. Diba? So you'll be taking out from storage. Yun yung tinatawag na retrieval. Tapos pinahiram mo sa kanya, kaya ginamit mo. Ay ba, balik ka ulit sa number 2. Ando doon naman tayo ulit sa parte ng buhay ng record na it's being maintained and it is being used. Ginagamit mo, review ka ulit or something, just so hindi ka maiwan, okay? Active life ulit. Hanggang sa nanawa ka na, wala na, inactive life ulit. Yung friend mo ginamit for review, hanggang sa nakapasa na rin siya, inactive life ulit. Same process. It needs to be classified first and then put into storage. Okay? And the next, retrieval. Hindi na, ayaw mo na. Busy ka na sa maraming bagay. Wala na rin tropang nangihiram. Okay? So, hindi mo na siya na-retrieve. Nandun na lang siya. For how many months or years nandyan. Hanggang sa naluma na lang. Okay? Naluma na lang siya. So, we go to number 6. Dalawa yan. Purging or retention. Purge meaning to destroy or retention meaning to keep. Retain. Diba? Retention. Right? So, nandun sa dalawa. Pipili ka ngayon. Now, either one na piliin mo, tatalon yun sa number 7. Okay, number 6, purging or retention. Determining if the record is for retention or for disposal. Destruction, purging, diba? Pipili ka. So either way, pag pumili ka na ng isa sa dalawa na yan, next step will always be transfer. Halimbawa, you've chosen to retain it. Retention ang pinili mo. Next step is transfer. Transfer where? to archives. Doon sa lugar na mas safe siya. Okay? And then, paano sir kung pinili ko purge? Transfer pa rin. Saan? Sa records disposition. Saan yung records disposition? Marami. Pwedeng sa incinerator, pwedeng sa shredder, or simpleng pwedeng sa basurahan. Yun yung records disposition. Di ba? So, yun yung birth to death cycle of a record. Ayan. Yung isang ikot na yan. Magkakaroon ka lang naman ng repeat dyan is if there's retrieval. Okay. Paano sir, for the third time, na-retrieval na naman. Balik ulit sa 2 hanggang sa hindi na yan nare-retrieve, then will come a time that you have to choose if it's gonna be purging or retention. And then, transfer it to archives. Kasi gusto mo siya itabi, sabi, hindi, ano to eh. Merong sentimental value to sa akin, kahit maluma to, di ko tatatapo. So, itatabi mo siya sa mas ligtas na lugar. That's archives. Okay, or archival storage. Eh, kaso nakita nyo lang, hindi na mabasa. Okay, purging, transfer to where? Records disposition. Saan? May sama mo na sa siga. Di ba? Okay, tapon mo na lang. Yun yung huli. Okay, archival storage or records disposition. So that's the life cycle of a record. Okay? Now, classification of records. May dalawa lang tayo na titingnan for board exam purposes. According to retention and according to the phase in its life cycle. Yung dalawa na yan. Okay? So, yung dalawa. Yan lang kailangan problemahin mo. So, letter A is according to period of retention. Ano yung period of retention? Meaning the number of years that you will be keeping it. Itatabi mo. Okay? So, meron tayo tinatawag na permanent record, semi-permanent, and temporary. So, based on the number of years that you'll be keeping it, yun yung magdidetermine what kind of record it is according to retention. So, if you're planning to keep it, okay, for less than 5 years. So, what is less than 5 years? 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1 year, 2 years, 3, up until 4 years. That is less than 5 years. So, ano ibig sabihin yan? Temporary ang tawag sa kanya. Temporary records. You have to be very careful kasi sabi niya less than 5. Sabi niya less than 10. Diba? Do not make the mistake, the common mistake na inaisasama mo yung 5 at saka 10. You know, just like when you say, who are minors, 18 years and below, sir. O ulul, why did you include 18 years? 18 is an adult. Diba? So instead, you say below 18 years. Okay, so anyone who is below, lahat na mas mababa sa 18, those are the minors, right? You don't say 18 and below kasi you're including him. Okay, the 18-year-old, eh, hindi naman na kasama yun because he or she is considered as an adult, right? Okay, so ganun din dito. Be mindful. Ang sabi is less than 5. So what is less than 5? That's 4. Okay? The 5, sir. How can you be less than 5 kung 5 ka na nga? Di ba? You cannot be less than the actual number. Okay? Tayong tanga. I'm not good in math. Pero hindi mo na ako engot. Di ba? What is less than 5? Okay, that's 4. 3, 2, and 1. That's less than. Okay, 5. Right? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 temporary records. And then for 5 years, okay, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, kasi ang sabi dito is not less than 10, hindi bababa. So the lowest is 10, okay, it becomes permanent. So what's, you know, mas mababa pa sa 10 o hindi na bababa pa sa 10. Okay, that's 9 naman. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, then that is semi-permanent records. And then, hindi na bababa 10 ang qualification. Huwag na bababa 10, not less than 10 para maging permanent. So, pinakamababa na raw is 10. So 10 onwards. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, so on and so fucking forth. That is permanent record. Okay? Then above, permanent. 5 to 9, semi-permanent. Then 1 to 4, temporary records. Yeah. That's the classification based on the period of retention. Now, what's the other classification, sir? Based naman on its life cycle. Nasaan siya sa life cycle niya? Okay? Ang pinaka-importante lang naman doon sa life cycle niya is yung maintenance and use. Kasi active, inactive tool lang siya. Okay? Talaga. The rest is, simula at saka dulo na yun. Okay? So, ito yung talagang life cycle. Yan yung talagang buhay niya. So, meron tayong current phase. Okay? So, classification based on the phase in the life cycle. First phase is in current phase. Ito yung active life. Okay? Current or active records ang tawag sa kanya kasi it's regularly used and maintained. Okay? Tapos yung kabaliktaran niya, non-current phase. Okay? Pag sinabi natin non-current, wala nang paminsan-minsan. Talagang totally hindi. So, dinulo-dulo ko muna. Ginagamit, hindi ginagamit. Ginagamit, current phase, hindi ginagamit, not current phase. Ginagamit pero manaka-naka lang. Paminsan-minsan lang. Frequent, hindi siya frequently. Okay? Seldom. Nagagamit pa rin, sir, pero maminsan-minsan na lang. Okay? Yun yung semi-current phase. Kaya hinuli ko siya. Dulo-dulo ka muna. Current, ginagamit. Non-current, hindi ginagamit. So, asan pumapasok yung semi-current phase, sir? Nandun siya sa gitna. Diba? Nagagamit pa rin siya, pero, only infrequently. Infrequently, diba? Hindi na madalas. Frequent kasi madalas. Infrequently, hindi na madalas. Seldom. Okay? Ano yung classification natin based on, diba, the phase in the life cycle. Okay? Ito ang importante. Okay? Types of police records. Ito hindi nagmimintis to. Okay? Tandaan mo lang kung ano yung phrase na naka-attach sa kanya, ligtas ka na rito. Hindi to nagmimintis. Believe me, if you will have your board exams in June, makakasalubong mo isa rito. Okay? Trust me, you will. Hindi pwedeng hindi. Kasama talaga ito sa pinagkukuhanan ng questions. Itong type of police records na ito. Okay? Now, whenever you hear the word heart, kapag ka nadi-discuss kami, whenever you hear the word heart, the reason why it's there, kaya natin ginamit yan as, a term for comparison or an analogy, is that it's really important. Okay? Kahit sa naman di ba? Kahit sa sarili mong buhay, di ba? Ano nangyayari? Nanaig yung puso over anything else. So it's really that important. So whenever you hear us, hindi lang ako, other lecturers mention heart, ibig sabihin that's something that's very important. Katulad dito, sabi, heart of the police record system. Napaka-importante niya. Actually, siya yung pinaka-importante. Di ba? Kasi how many types of police records do we have? Number 1, okay, case records. Right? Number 2, arrest and booking records. Number 3, identification records. And then number 4, administrative records. Ayan. Meron pa sanang pang number 5, kaso hindi na siya importante kasi talaga. Yung tinatawag natin na miscellaneous records. Pag sinabing miscellaneous records, just like, your miscellaneous fee in your tuition fee, when you say miscellaneous other, para sa ballistics, iba, miscellaneous firearm, other firearm, other, iba pa. So hindi na siya importante. Okay? So technically, there's 5. Okay, miscellaneous records, administrative records, identification records, arrest and booking records, and then case records. Okay, pero sobrang hindi na importante yung miscellaneous kaya hindi na namin sinasama, sayang lang oras. Number 1, pinaka-importante is case records. Basically, ito na ang talagang pinaka-importante sa lahat ng police records. So you remember that. The heart of the police record system is what we call the case records. Lahat na ng kailangan mo, yung arrest and booking, nandiyan dyan, identification, nandiyan dyan, administrative, nandiyan dyan. Sino yung police na may hawak ng kaso? Nasa case records. Okay? Asan yung fingerprint, records nung tawag dito, suspect, nasa case records. Okay? Pero identification nun. Yung police na naka-assign, administrative record yun. Okay? Pero nasa loob ng case record. Arrest and booking ng suspect, nandun din sa loob ng case records. Okay? So yung tatlong iba pa, nariyan sa loob niyan. Kaya basically, once you have this, nasa yun na lahat. Kaso, meron lang siyang talagang division or separation para hindi magulo. Alam, pag samasamahin kong ganyan, di ba, di ang gulo-gulo niya. So, sinaseparate natin. Pero it's the most important kasi kapag gumawa ka na ng case folder, everything is there. Kaya makapal yan eh. Everything is in there. Di ba? Yung testimonies of witnesses mo, nando doon. Di ba? Disposition, statement, complaints, counter affidavits, and everything. Nandiyan dyan lahat sa case records na yan. Okay, kaya ganun siya ka-importante. Hence, it's called the heart of the police record system. It serves as the basis for the analysis of the offenses and methods by which they are committed or by which the crimes are committed, and also the criminals who've committed the crime. All of the information about the crime and the criminal, even the witnesses, the victims, the police officers who handles the crime, it's in there. Nandiyan dyan lahat yan. Tingnan mo, anong bumubuo sa kanya? Complaint sheet, investigative report, di ba? Yun na lahat yun halos eh. The complaint sheet naman is considered as the foundation record of the police department. So, dalawa na, may palatandaan tayo na kailangan isaksak sa isip. Heart of the entire police record system. Yung heart, be very careful kasi there's another one. Okay? Yung fingerprint record is also considered as a heart. Pero not of the police record system. Only of the identification records, which is a part of the police record system. Okay? Yun yung tinatawag natin na fingerprint record. Heart of the identification system. That's a fingerprint record. Ito lumabas din sa board exams natin to. So be mindful. Okay? So balik ako. Case record, the heart of the police record system. Okay? What does it include? Number one is the complaint sheet. The complaint sheet is considered as the foundation. Kanina heart. This one naman, the foundation record of the police department. When you say foundation record of the police department, bakit ganun, sir? Pundasyon, pinakauna. Everything starts with the complaint sheet. Hindi ka magkakaroon ng case record, hindi ka magkakaroon ng investigative report hanggat wala nagre-reklamo. Di ba? Everything must start with the complaint sheet. Kaya nga pundasyon yan. Diba? Kapag may gagawin ka, di ba? Pundasyon lagi ang nauuna. Okay? It's the reason why it's called the foundation record of the police department. Okay? Complaint sheet is the foundation record of the police department. Kasi it reflects all of the information regarding the complaints and the reports received by the police from citizens and other agencies, actions taken by the police. Okay? And then yung investigative report mo na subdivided into the advanced investigative report, technical report. Technical report is if you ask assistance from the crime lab, like for example, ballistics, medical legal, ganyan. Okay, so technical report ang tawag doon na nasa ilalim ng investigative report. What else? Follow-up report, kasama pa rin sa investigative report. And then closing. Okay, closing report, kasama sa investigative report yan. So combine, sila yung nasa loob ng case records. Okay? Number 2, arrest and booking records. So ito, tungkol lang talaga sa arrest and booking. Booking sheet, and then yung tinatawag na arrest report. Okay? So arrest report contains the information about the suspect. Okay? The full name of the suspect, the charges against him, and the circumstances of his arrest. Circumstances, di ba? Ano yung mga sitwasyon kung bakit siya inaresto. Okay? Like for example, ano yung kaso, di ba? Sino yung biktima, and other details. Di ba? BTPO, ganun. Booking report, diba, contains naman the list of all the prisoners natin in detention. Okay, lahat ng tao na nakadetain sa presinto. Yan yung booking report mo. And then lastly is yung prisoner's property receipt. So this is a copy of all the things taken from the person detained para hindi naman niya sabihin na ninakawan natin siya. Okay, so the moment na lalabas na siya, meron siyang copy rin nun, it must match. If it says there, wallet, watch, cellphone, paglabas niya, wallet, watch, cellphone pa rin yan. All returned to him. Confiscated while he is in custody, of course. Okay? We just need to have proof kung ano lang kinuha natin sa kanya. And that is the prisoner's property receipt. So combine arrest report, booking report, prisoner's property receipt, the lower part of the arrest and booking records. Okay? So records lang yan ng lahat ng na-arresto na at saka nakadetain na. Kanina, hindi pa. Yung inimbestigahan pa lang natin case records. Okay, still have the suspect. Ito, nadampot mo na. Okay, and nakadetain na siya. And then number 3, identification records. Okay, so for both na nasa labas at saka nasa loob, may identification records yan. Yung mga nasa labas, okay, bakit natin nahanap by means of identification records? Kasi once in their life, tumalaw na sa presinto yan. Okay, kaya may record na sa atin. Right, nahuli na. For example, mga dating snatcher, hold-upper, ganyan, lumalabas talaga yan kasi wala namang complainant na. Okay? Snatchers pabalik-balik, hold-uppers pabalik-balik kasi the moment the victim, retrieves their property, the cell phone, the jewelry, the money, whatnot, nabalik sa kanila, hindi na sila nagreklamo. So we don't have any way, di ba, of keeping the suspects in our custody kasi tayo naman tatamaan. Diba? Mawawa 125 naman tayo. Okay? Hindi naman pwede yun. Okay? So, meron tayong iba't ibang identification records. Like, for example, the photographic files that we have. Diba? The modus operandi file that we have. What else? The fingerprint records that we have. Okay? So, those are the means of identification na meron tayo. Now, out of the different means of identification na yan. Like, for example, photograph, diba? Or MO. Okay, yung fingerprint record ang pinaka-importante. Why? Because we all know, diba, under criminalistics, that it's the most reliable means of identification. Diba? Walang sablay yan. Okay? It's better than DNA. Right? Alam nyo na yan kung tapos na kayo sa criminalistics ninyo. Okay? And then lastly is yung administrative records. Ito wala na to eh. Hindi naman na nababanggit to sa even sa board exam. So admin meaning office records. Okay? So it's simple as that. Office records. Okay, so for example, records of personnel, correspondence meaning letters. Okay, remember, correspondence means letters. Okay, so our letters received and our letters sent. Okay, incoming and outgoing. Yeah. Memorandums, orders, policy files, diba? Department orders. Yeah. Ibig sabihin internal. Okay, files natin. Assignment records, of police personnel natin. Right? Who is assigned a certain case, who is assigned for the night shift, who is assigned for this position, for this job or task, ganyan. So office records basically. Admin records or office records. And then yun na nga yung huli, yung miscellaneous, di ba? Iba pa ang mga record na, hawak natin sa presinto. Okay, wala namang kinalaman sa kaso, walang kinalaman sa opisina, just so happen, di ba, na nakaka-receive tayo ng iba't ibang mga papel, like for example, letters coming from, civilians, yung mga ganyan. Okay, so miscellaneous records yun, kaya hindi na siya kasama. Right? I want you to focus mainly on 1, 2, and 3. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. Kasi dito pa lang namin nakitaan talaga na may mga lumabas na questions. Ito, yan, number 3. Lumabas na dyan. Fingerprint record, di ba? Dito, lumabas na rin dyan. And then ito. Okay, so that's where you need to focus your attention. Okay? Filing system, lumabas na rin dito. Sorry. Lalo yung centralized na yan, di ba? Lumabas na yan. Okay, so you have to remember that. So you already know, di ba, that under the manual, the PNP manual, okay, for records management, ang dapat na sinusunod natin, centralized management, records management system. Okay, so alam mo na yun. Pag sinabi natin centralized, di ba, we have all our records in one central location in the office. Okay, versus or as compared to decentralized filing, where the physical location of our records is, di ba, or are located in many different places. Okay, we don't want them stacked up in just one place. Iba-ibang lugar siya dispossession. All right, so yung difference silang dalawa. So I'm gonna go back with the filing systems, different filing systems. Alphabetical, encyclopedic, chronological, geographical, and numerical. Napakadali lang naman yan. The most basic and the most common na filing system use is alphabetical. Okay? Pag sinabi natin alphabetical, dictionary format ito. Dictionary order from A to Z. Diba? Parang centrum lang. From A to Z. Okay? Pagka sinabi sa'yo, di ba, na file everything alphabetically, meaning, dictionary format lang yan. From A to Z, bahala na siya sa buhay niya. Basta lahat ng A nandyan, okay, so on and so forth. Ganun lang kasimple yun. Okay? Now, if you're asked to do the filing on an encyclopedic or following the encyclopedic order, then it becomes different. Do I still need to follow the alphabetical order? Yes. Okay, but only after you've grouped, okay, the files into major headings. You need to have individual folders. Remember what we did earlier doon sa handouts? Di ba? Na nag-classify ka na bago mo i-storage. Right? 6 handouts, layer 1 to 6. Right? Nilagay mo sa isang folder. So, yun yung encyclopedic order. Meron akong 6, okay, na groupings or major headings. Diba? Leia, CLJ, Crimsoc, CorAd, CDI, right? 6 yan. And then, may laman siya. Leia 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The difference is, pagpasok ng mga files sa loob ng folders, a-alphabetical mo siya. Okay? Gagana yung alphabetical order. Okay? So, yun yung sinatawag natin na encyclopedic. Major headings or groupings, and then whatever is inside is filed in alphabetical order. Ganun siya. Pag sinabi naman natin na chronological order, chrono means time. Diba? So, folders are arranged by sequential date order. So, ang susundin natin hindi alphabetical, okay, kundi by date. Okay, so para rin siya encyclopedic, pero instead of having major headings or groupings, ang ilalagay mo date. Like for example, the folder it says, year 2020. And then inside, di ba, January, Feb, March, April, May, June, July, di ba? So on and so forth until December. And then January, divided pa rin yan, di ba, further, January 1, 2, 3, 4, hanggang 31. Yun yung chronological order. You're utilizing the sequential date order as a type of filing system. Okay? And then number 4, geographical. So files are arranged alphabetically pa rin, pero not by names, okay? Not by subjects, but it is alphabetically arranged by geographical name of the place. Okay? So yung alphabet applies not to the subject kung ano yung laman, but rather sa place. Okay? So susundin ko yung alphabetical order natin, pero by means of the place. Yeah, tinawag siyang geographical. Okay? What's numerical? Okay, we assign a numerical value or number into the files. Okay, so dalawang pamamaraan lang yan. Serial numbering and digit filing. Pag sinabi natin serial numbering, yan yung basic na continuous or infinite numbering natin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so on and so forth. Tuloy-tuloy lang siya up to gazillion. Diba? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tuloy-tuloy. Not serial numbering. Tuloy-tuloy lang siya. As compared to digit filing, okay, you don't go by 1 up until infinity, but rather a set of numbers. Like for example, yung badge natin. Diba? Ganun siya. Digit filing, for example, 0001, ganyan. Okay, batch number ng mga police. Diba? Makikita mo yung badge number. Ganyan. Okay, yun yung digit filing. Set of numbers. As compared to serial number, it starts from 1 to infinity. Okay, ito, digit filing, set of numbers. It doesn't start with 1. It starts with a set kagad. Can be 1, pero not just 1. Bawa, 00001. Ganun. Diba? Not just one digit. Okay? Centralized filing, decentralized, we've already discussed that. Okay? Centralized, it's in one central location. Decentralized, located in different places. Okay? And then the last one is yung tinatawag natin na PPF. What's PPF? The PNP personal file. This is the equivalent of what we call a 201 file in private companies. So kapag ka nag-apply ka anywhere, pero private yan, it's called a 201 file. Record yan na empleyado. Okay? Basically, record mo yan. Halimbawa, yung resume mo, tas mga documents na pinasa mo, memo na na-receive mo, ganyan. Tawag dito, incident report, di ba? Na ginawa sa'yo, complaints na ginawa. Everything about you. Nakalagay sa isang folder, it's called a 201 file. Okay? If it's private. Pero sa PNP, the 201 file is called the PPF or the PNP personnel file. Okay? So, set of personal records. So, lahat nga, di ba, na may kinalaman sa information pertaining to an individual member of the PNP, which serves as the basis in availing of your service record, leave record, ID, legal beneficiaries, authentication of photocopies, etc. Lulutang yan ulit. Okay, gagawin mo yan pag nag-apply ka, tapos lulutang na lang yan ulit pagka alis ka na. Whether retired ka na or for example, namatay ka, diba, your legal beneficiaries, diba, lulutang, asking for their benefits. Ayan. So, palulutangin yan ng DPRM as basis na, oh, ikaw ba talaga? Diba, yung dapat na beneficiary, yung ba yung mga nakadeclare dito based on the documents and all that. Okay? So, it's color-coded for easy access ng mga tao natin sa RMD. Okay? It's red for police commission officers, meaning, diba, police inspectors above. Blue for non-commissioned officers from PO1 to SPO4s. And then green for non-uniform personnel. Non-uniform personnel, hindi non-uniform police ha. There's no such thing. Kasi nakita ko in UP, non-uniform police, ano yun? Okay, non-uniform personnel. Okay? And then blue for police non-commissioned officers, and then PCO for it's colored red. Okay? So color-coded naman siya. You just need to count the number of letters, di ba? RED 1, 2, 3, so PCO 1, 2, 3. Okay, so pareho siya, di ba? RED, PCO, BLUE, di ba? 4 letters, PNCO 4 letters. Okay, para hindi kayo magulo. Anong kulay na nga ba yun? Diba? Blue ba yun? Red? Ano ba tatanong? PCO, 1, 2, 3, RED. Okay? PNCO, 4. Diba? PLUE. Right? The number of letters. E paano isa, sir? Green. Hindi siya tutugma. 3 lang yun. NUP, tapos green 5. Gago mo. Nag-isa na lang yan. Naghanap ka pa. Wala ka na pagkukumpara. Nakuha na yung red, nakuha na yung blue. Sa kulay na lang yan eh. Maghanap ka pa talaga. Yung tigas na kukote mo, ano mo, kutoka kita eh. Okay? So, ganun lang naman yun. Right? Yan na lang natitry. Right? Parang tik-tik lang yan sa board exam. Yun. Alam mo yung ibang choices, yung nag-iisa, hindi mo alam. Okay? Kaso yung tatlong alam mo hindi yun ang tamang sagot. Kasi sa ibang subject yun. So yung nag-iisang hindi mo alam, yun ang tamang sagot kahit hindi mo siya alam. Why? Kasi choice B, C, D, alam mo kung ano sila. And you know that they belong to some other question. Etong isa, hindi ko alam kung ano. N na lang ang natitira kasi na-identify mo na yung tatlo. Process of elimination, reverse. Ni-reverse mo, di ba? Kasi ang in-eliminate mo, yung tatlong alam mo. And then you're left with something na hindi mo alam. I don't know you, pero alam ko ikaw ang tamang sagot. Bakit? You are the only one left na hindi ko alam eh. Kasi ito isa, alam ko kung saan to. Ito alam ko. Ito alam ko. Oh, hindi sila para sa question na yan. Ikaw na lang natitira. I may not know you, but I know that you are the correct answer. Alright? So, ganun din dito. Nag-isa na lang yan eh, ayaw patanggapin. Sir, dito mo yung my number. Gago. Okay? So, ganun lang naman siya. Alright? So, with that, I end the discussion for today for police personnel and records management. Okay, so again, if you have questions, it's already late. So, you can park those questions. We'll see each other tomorrow night. I'll be discussing police patrol. I'll be more than happy to answer all of those questions. Okay? Okay, so let me just leave this part here para makita-kita tayo.